Are you gonna keep your cock mold in the background?
Oh, naturally, yeah.
Turbo, if you watch like any of his recent videos, it's always in the background.
Always.
I mean,
Episode 14, that's where we're starting on a cock mold.
We're on 15.
Shit. 15, we have Carson, Turbo, and the newly married Mr. Hanson, Mrs. Hanson, I should say.
Oh, wait. There's my ring finger.
Tim, let's talk. I want to talk about your wedding, because how do you feel about it? Because that's the question I keep getting asked every fucking 10 seconds.
It was awesome. I didn't get a bad review from anyone. Every single person that went had a blast, so that's super good to hear. Lisa did most of the planning, so she would be she'd be very appreciative to hear that. Man, I was fucking nervous the whole day, but once the whole ceremony blew over, once it was just time to party, dude, that was a fun fucking day. I don't remember a lot of it though.
First, just let me say thank you for having me and Turbo in your wedding. Huge honor.
Not a problem. It was actually Lisa's idea to do that in the first place, by the way. You guys obviously know. I think she was the one that reached out to you guys.
Yeah.
It was not even my idea to do that in the first place. So really, thank Lisa. I'm just
She's a saint.
I'm just a fucking idiot that sat here and paid for everything. So.
Wait, Rabbit. What he's saying is he didn't want us as the flower boys.
Oh wow! I see how it is.
Like you guys. I don't even know why I'm sitting here right now talking to you.
So first, like Rabbit said, thank you, Tim. I love you, man. And I told Rabbit this. I was like, Rabbit, ex-Rabbit, because when the lady, what's the name of the lady who
principal
tells you? No, who's that lady who was constructing your ceremony? What's that called?
If I know, man.
Oh, like the priestess or shaman.
Justice of peace, right?
Yeah. The sermon, whatever it's called, the sermon.
Something like that.
What? Surrogate.
Whatever. The Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit was telling us what to do, I was just talking to Rabbit. I was like, it's one thing for them to invite us, but we're actually in the like
we ruined it.
We're standing up there, you know. When we're standing up there when they're swapping spit, like we're there, we're staring at the spit, and me and Rabbit, you know, Rabbit kissed me, you know, when we walked down the aisle. So I kind of, got pregnant there, but you know, it's great. Thank you, Tim, so much. This concretes our brotherhood. I feel very much.
Now we have to touch
even
tips.
more so than the Vegas trip.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Justice of Peace. So
the Vegas trip, the Vegas trip, I don't want to get out of the way. The Vegas trip, we fucked, but that wasn't like love.
That was like a
first sort of connection, you know what I mean? That wasn't like the, second time around is always better. I was gonna say, for whatever reason, it didn't dawn over me until we were up there that this wasn't even a religious ceremony because we didn't go down that route. So this was just gonna be a very straightforward, like,
thank God,
just basically do it. So I was expecting to whip out the meanest, like, I do of my whole life. Didn't even have to. That's not even how it went. Like, we literally just didn't say a word, just let her talk for a minute, and then that was it. It was the quickest thing, thank God. And all the fun afterwards was the actual
I could tell you were nervous, like, during the actual ceremony.
Well, you guys showed up while during the actual ceremony.
Yeah, because I could see you, like, kind of pacing, and, like, you were tapping your foot. Like, I could just feel the energy coming off of you. Like, you were very nervous.
Yeah, I drank a 5-hour energy right before that. I was sitting up there, and oh my God, yeah, no, I was definitely a little bit nervous. There were it felt like there were 100 pairs of eyes looking at me. It felt like, and it's
the place where you got married. Also, it was like they had a restaurant in there. So when me and Rabb1t we were waiting to go out, like, for the ceremony, they were eating breakfast. I was like, throw me a home fry, cuz.
Some poor old dude's getting accosted by Turbo.
Yeah.
It's a fun venue, dude. It's actually officially a restaurant, and then they do weddings sort of on the side. So that was really prime. We managed to find an Airbnb that was in the same town that was 5 minutes away from there as well, which was also just like a miracle find.
God tier,
yeah, that's like unbelievable. So glad you guys were able to make it out for the wedding, of course. And I had an awesome time. It was a little bit stressful in the beginning, but it was an awesome time. It was like a 10 out of 10 experience, and I'm glad that everyone there enjoyed it. Obviously, that was fun day.
Major congratulations, dude.
So now when Carson and Turbo get married, I expect me and you, Tim, to be the flower boys.
Best man.
Flower boy. Justin, Justin, I never had a dad, so I thought you were.
Do I get to walk you down the aisle? Oh shit! Can I dress up like a woman too?
I actually do that
Just
for
make it
money.
really weird.
I actually do that for money. I'm available for, like, walking people down the aisles. Like, I do that for money. Like, if nobody grew up with a dad,
Rent a dad.
Rabb1t, put the Google Doc in the description. I do that for a living. So if you guys, and I'll do comedy. So I walk you down the aisle and I do 5 minutes at the ceremonies.
Pay me $10 and I'll walk around and I'll just give you dad advice every now and then. I'll just be like, "You nervous?"
No, you do the dad
I'll
joke.
just give you one-liners. I'll just be like, "How you feeling,
Just
kid?
throw a "I'm proud of you, champ" every now and then.
You
One
doing
thing
all
I've
right over
always
there?"
wanted to do, just because it'd be such a funny fucking meme, is actually get ordained so that you can, marry people legally.
That'd be
Yeah.
so fun.
Imagine being able to just go, like, tell your friends, it's like, "Oh man, you proposed? Congrats. By the way, I'm ordained. I'll be marrying you." And it's just like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Why not?
Can you just like walk up to two people and be like, "Ha, you're married"? Just like force it.
Just hand
That'd
them
be a
both
fun
sticky notes.
game.
Hey, can you both read this out? And they both say, "I do." Ah, gotcha. Legally
Important
binding.
RNG there is. Let's walk out in public. You two, fuck right now.
You have the power. You're like
Take 'em all.
Cupid.
Well, I mean, technically they're married, so it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. God won't frown.
Tim, now you can have you can finally have sex with your wife now. Now you're married.
Oh, it's funny you
That's-
mentioned that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're no longer
What's that
disgracing
word?
God.
What's the word called where you wait for marriage to fuck? What's that?
Matrimony?
What's that magical word I'm looking for?
Is it matrimony? What the fuck?
I don't know. That's one of them.
None of us
Just
are this smart.
Matrimony. Put that in the book.
Matrimony.
Matrimony.
Consent? No, that's not the one.
Did you say consent?
You need consent.
You don't listen. Consent's not always verbal. That's all I'm trying to say.
Do you know what I wanted to do?
What the fuck?
wanted to create an app. I wanted to create an app that before you fuck, you make her or
The
him
consent app?
or they or them click a box,
Yeah.
sign it. Do what you gotta do. So in the court of law, you're not gonna be like, I told, like Bill Burr's joke when they had the transcript and the judge is reading it. She said, "No, don't do that. No," but she really said, "No, stop, don't do that." That's not what she said. That's not what she said.
Dude, I'd get behind you on the consent app. I'd get behind you on that. That's genius.
Invest.
Tim,
What
invest
about
in it.
Brojobs? Brojobs.
We're trying to get that. We
first.
can't get any backers, man. Nobody wants to help an app called Brojobs.
That's
so sexist.
Hold on, I'm interested. Pitch me Brojobs right now.
no. Brojobs is a gay
You do
bar.
it, Justin. Not
Have
me.
you
I
ever
don't know the
wanted
pitch.
a guy best friend to be with you for life? You ever want to do some man shit, but you don't have a friend? Well, let me introduce you to Brojobs. And this is like when you insert like the beautiful like pigeons flying or something like that, and like nice little piano music. Brojobs. And it's just like we go through like, all right, two guys like walking in a park holding hands because they're bros. That's some bro shit. Two guys like playing basketball, getting all sweaty and like hugging each other when they're done because that's some man
All right.
shit. Then we go two guys fucking because that's cool as fuck too. We don't discriminate. And then it ends off
Sunday's a little
Brojobs.
boring. Brojobs.
Have a sucking
Listen,
dick.
I am invested in this.
It's a genius.
Well, I was.
Do you want friends to play fucking Yu-Gi-Oh with, or do you want friends to blow?
Fuck
Both?
you.
Either one. We don't discriminate.
Only one? You can't pick both.
No, that's Brojobs 2.0. That's after the update.
I used to make believe I knew what the fuck I was doing with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. Like I never knew what I was doing in cafeteria games. Like I was like, yeah, that one. They're like, yeah, you lose. I was like, all right, like that's what I would do.
Back up your shit.
Yeah,
You're
I
out.
what I'm doing. Like I would get, yeah, Pikachu, he's popular, right? But yeah, he sucks. I got it. I'm like, what the fuck?
You
ever
guys
play
know how like
basketball?
those Pokemon cards are worth so much money now? You guys
Which
ever have
ones?
like the old school Pokemon cards are worth like thousands.
I wish I had any of those.
I used to have those.
I have long lost those.
Dude, my uncle
upset.
swears. He swears that we have a Charizard somewhere. My uncle says, "Oh yeah," and I remember it too, dude. I swear to God, to you, I probably have a fucking Charizard that's worth $10 million, but my lazy ass ain't looking for it. Like that, like that's really
Shit, I'll
what
come
my
over
life.
there and look for it. Damn.
I keep baseball cards.
Tim, I have a ton of baseball cards. I have like one of ones, like glove cards, jersey cards.
Yeah.
I have
Those can
David.
get valuable.
I have a Derek Jeter autographed pinstripe jersey card. Woo!
That
Wow, I
sounds
wonder how much that-
expensive.
Dude,
Right.
baseball cards, I don't give a fuck about baseball, and I just keep them because I feel like in 80 years from now, if I'm still alive somehow,
No,
I
of
can
course.
cash the fuck out.
No, dude, that's what I'm keeping them for. My uncle made a grave mistake giving me these cards at a young age.
He fucked up.
I don't even
I
look at them. It's just a
told him
pile
straight
of
up-
cash to me.
my uncle would look at them and he would actually appreciate them. I'm like, listen, uncle, I said, my uncle, listen, keep the cards. do what you want with them. I don't appreciate them yet. Like keep them, and then when you're on your deathbed, then you give it to me. I don't want them really right now. He gave it to me. I said, fine, fuck it, it's a check. What?
I have a bunch of just Magic Johnson basketball cards for some reason. It's only
that's
him.
because hear me out, he printed out more cards than other professional athletes because he had AIDS and he needed to drum up money to cure that.
That sounds entirely plausible.
I knew he was going there.
I think that's why he stood up and fucking walked away. Is that a nice box of tissues right behind you, Turbo? Or am I just seeing things?
I think it's a pillow on the little couch.
Well,
there
even better.
behind him.
That is
Now,
the
Tim,
smallest lamp.
You weren't here kind of like pre-show, where we were all sitting here talking about how much we missed you. Turbo was hanging up his flag and getting dressed and showing us his little stuffed friend there on the couch. I'm shaving, and it was a grand old time. But watching Turbo struggle to put up his smiley face flag was honestly pretty fun.
There was no struggle.
There was a little struggle.
A little.
There's a little struggle.
Saw
Yeah.
a little.
There always has to be a little struggle, or
Wait.
what's the point?
What this tragedy confirmed, a bait too late, was the transient nature of HIV. It knew no boundaries and thrived upon transmission between
Those are a
host
lot of big words.
across continents, unknowingly passing it on. So did a guy actually have to fuck like a gorilla or something to get
Yeah, that's
HIV?
how AIDS started. Some dude
guy
fucked a
chimp,
monkey.
I think it was a chimp, right?
Something like
That's-
that.
God bless.
I mean,
To each their own.
that's needless to say, that's a little fucked up. But someone had to do it. I mean, that's how we figured out milk, right? Someone had to suck the udder for the first
What
time.
are they? What are those shirts we saw in Vegas? I'm not gay, but $10 is $10. I mean,
You're speaking $10. You're
Oh,
speaking
man.
my language.
Do you
listen.
think Vegas is less hot when it's not summer, or do you think it's just constantly fucking 110 and humid there?
I would assume it's less hot.
Yeah, it's not as hot all the time. It's not like it gets cold though.
Now that we're 21, and we should go not during the summer sometime if we ever go again.
We have to
I'm
go
so-
like off season because I don't want people to be there.
Winter, right?
Wow,
Like next
it
winter.
gets cold and oh my god, high of 58 in December.
You do know Vegas is in a desert, right? Like deserts get fucking cold in the winter.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking geologist.
I mean, I'd rather
You
that
also
than
can't
be hot, but that's
pass
just
a
me.
middle school.
Just my Norse blood.
I mean, I was there when when we were there for ZWC3. My kneecaps were like dripping. So like I never want to go in August again.
No. I'd be down to
I was
go like
vibing.
during like spring, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Whenever less people would be there.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
maybe.
there was a podcast with just me and you guys, and there was a podcast with just Tim and you guys. We never talked about let's not talk about the fucking event, but we never talked about the Vegas trip like at all.
Oh,
of
yeah,
us.
'cause
As a,
all three of
as
us
a
have been on.
collective
Yeah.
whole, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
We got the
yeah.
boys.
So it was me, Rabb1t, and Timothy in a room. Now I want to explain. I just want to tell. I mean, I think I told the story briefly, but now with all here, I landed. The planning for ZWC3 sucked donkey cock, and I landed. I had no room, and I had to sleep in a fan's room. And all of a sudden, the next day, they all show up and shit, and I'm hugging them. I'm like, help me. So we get into the room. And now the room has only 2 beds. So me and Tim were gonna have sex, but then we were like, you know what? Who knows who wants to get their own bed, whatever. So the MC Sport Talk said, you know what? We're gonna get you guys your own your roll-out bed. So
Fucking dog bed.
Because if we want to jerk off alone, we don't like the vibration of the bed. We don't want to interfere. So we got his Rabb1t his own bed, and we were sleeping in the same room. So I smelt Rabb1t's morning shit. I smelled Tim's morning shit. We all smelt our morning shit. Like it was an experience, I think.
Yeah, he was like at the little little doggo bed at the end of mine. Yeah.
Favorite
Waking up and just rolling up. I'd sit up and I'd just look down and I'd just see you all like passed out there, all cute and stuff. But then the one night you weren't, or the one morning you weren't there when you fucking left, dude, it was the opposite feeling. I sat up, I looked there, no one was there, and I'm like,
Aw.
frown. I'm gonna go back to bed. Fuck this.
I remember you posted a picture on Twitter, and I was just like, "That is the saddest fucking thing I've ever seen."
Yeah.
And then
Oh
when
my
you
God.
when you left, and then Carson had also like an afternoon flight. Me and Tim were stuck in Vegas to 10 p.m.
Yeah, but you
alone.
couldn't even be in your room though.
Nah,
Because
we were
Walk around with our heavy ass suitcases.
we were walking around looking like we were selling ass in the Vegas Strip. Like it was, it
you were
was not.
getting yelled at by security because you weren't 21, but you're sitting at the tables.
Listen, at least give me a seat with a cushion to sit on. I don't want to sit at the pond all day. So all of a sudden, I'm sitting at the table, I'm sipping on fucking, Coca-Colas, and all of a sudden, an Oompa Loompa lady comes over to me like, excuse me, you tiny one, and I'm like, no, I'm a cunt hair away from 21, lady. Can you please let me sit at the chair? And she wouldn't.
Exceptions.
She wouldn't let me.
Bitch.
And then that's it, and then I looked at Tim. I said, Tim, I'm about to snap the fuck out. I'm about to go kill a bitch. Like, something's about to happen.
If someone told you to go kill a couple hours in Vegas, you would think like that is that is just music to a lot of people's ears. Like, oh my god, a couple hours to do whatever the fuck I want in Vegas. In our case, neither of
when
us
you're
were
under
21. We were no hotel room, carrying around luggage, like 5 or 6, 7 hours we got to fucking kill. We spent some of it inside the building, and then we eventually went out of there. We hypothetically went out and smoked some marijuana. Met some nice walk buyers as we did that, and then we spent the rest of the time playing Mario Kart.
I was gonna say straight up, I don't care about you, but I was chiefing a marijuana vape pen. I was listening to me.
It's legal there. You're good.
Guy. You remember him? You remember that guy?
We met a guy who was, now we can say metaphorically, because this is what actually matters for. He was metaphorically a dealer, and he came up to us and he was like, "Yo, what up? What do you want?" And I was like, "No, we'll leave him. TSA, we can't." And all of a sudden, and he said to me and Tim, which I don't know if it's an insult. He said, "Yeah, you look like stoners. You look like heavy stoners." And you're like, "God, thanks. Appreciate it."
Oh my god. We're just dead on the sidewalk. He's like, "You guys look like stoners." We're just like,
you guys look like
asleep.
suckers.
We were bored, and I was like, I can't take this in TSA. I'll get tackled like a terrorist. So I was chiefing this pen. I was chiefing it, and I threw it out. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it did nothing to me. I don't know if I'm a heroin addict, but I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I look at Tim, and we had like 5 hours to go, and I'm like, this is bullshit. Like this is
brutal.
But no, I enjoy the trip because, first of all, I got to meet Rabb1t for the first time, and I got to feel what a bald head feels like, and that was a great time.
We kind of met for the first time, even though we technically didn't.
Oh yeah, wait a second.
I mean,
yeah, we all did, yeah.
I think it took you like less than 30 seconds from the moment you and Rabb1t locked eyes to you kissing him on the top of the head, and it was magical.
My favorite part about like us all meeting is like there wasn't that awkwardness. It was just immediate, like, all right, we've been friends forever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the context was a little calming as well, because it was already super late because I had showed up so late and we were all basically in bed. And by the time you fucking burst through the door and I saw you for the first time, I'm like, well, I'm already like going to bed right now. So it's just like, hi.
I think did we still go out later that night, Carson?
You did. You guys did.
Oh, I don't remember.
No, we didn't go out that night. What it was is that you, me, and Suspenders and Ark were downstairs. And
what's his fucking? Hang on. What's his fucking real name?
Autismo. Get it right.
No.
Autismo. Suspenders.
I'm not talking about Gabe. I'm talking about the fucking. I'm talking about Suspenders, right? Okay.
Tavi.
Right. Tavi.
Yeah. But we're all there hanging out. So we went to Shake Shack first. You, me, and Gabe did.
Autismo. Get it right.
No, Tavi wasn't even there yet.
No.
Tavi
He didn't get there till later. And then he fucked that whore.
Didn't he drive? He drove, right? From
he
Florida?
didn't fuck a whore.
They drove from like Florida. Like holy shit.
Wars.
Yeah, it was fucking stupid. No, Tavi didn't fuck a whore. That was
some you guys, right? He flew in with you guys.
Yeah,
he was with us. Like,
not at all though, right? Because he was in the other fucking hotel.
If you ever try to walk
doing
in
nothing.
Trying to walk in an airport with him, he lags so far behind. I have to like stop and like wait for him to catch up.
So he's like every kid ever.
Yeah.
I'll get to Manlet again in a second. We talked about it a little bit last podcast, but I'll re-go for you guys. But no, that first night in Vegas, we went to Shake Shack, and I remember Justin texted you to him, and he was like, "Hey, like, you want something?" You're like, "Yeah, dude, I need a burger. Like, my flight's just getting here. Grab me a burger. I'll meet you at the hotel." We're like, "All right, sick." We go back to the hotel, and we're like, "All right, well, Tim should be here pretty soon. We'll go wait by like the Uber entrance." And because the hotel had a drive-in like Uber area, but then it also had a front door. And I guess you got dropped off at the front door because we sat at that fucking Uber
our
entrance
Uber
for,
driver was a fucking liar because he said every Uber comes here. Ho, 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 ho. Fucking liar.
Asshole.
I don't know if it's something about the transportation people asking for help, but when I landed like last week after Tim's wedding, I was like, "Is there like a separate Uber check?" They were like, "No, it's just there." I'm like, "Take it easy."
Yeah, they're all assholes. They don't know what the fuck they're
Dude,
doing.
you land. Yeah, where I live, everyone's an asshole because you kind of have to be. Like, it's just cold and fucking nothing to do here. So
Sorry to interrupt. What happened?
that's why Bill Burr is the way he is.
But so me and Justin are sitting down there. Eventually, everyone else is like, "All right, well, we're gonna go to our rooms and all that. Like, we'll see y'all later." I mean, Justin's like, "Yeah, that's fine, that's fine." We're just sitting there. We go get a drink at the bar, piss off the bartender a little bit. We're still sitting there. Finally, it's like what 2 a.m. or something, and you're like, "All right, well." When Tim fucking gets here, Tim gets here. Like, he tried calling you, tried texting you.
I didn't have
Nothing,
service.
Absolutely nothing. No, you had service.
Did
Tim
I?
didn't.
More of us didn't have
You had
service.
We had service down at the bar because we were both on our phones on Twitter and shit, just talking bullshit.
Not in our
But-
goddamn hotel room. Couldn't be fucking bothered to have
You
any,
think an
any shred of
expensive,
reception
like,
in our hotel room.
$1 million hotel would be able to have good internet somehow.
Yeah,
I remember
awful.
Turbo. You landed a call with your mom, and just the fact that you were able to do that was like a miracle.
Yeah, because like God forbid you don't call your mother when you go into another state for like 2 minutes, you're automatically dead like by the sharks. So,
Yeah, just drowned victim immediately.
but I think the highlight of the fucking. Wait, I'm so sorry, Carson. Will you finish?
Go ahead. No.
No. You
Go
finish.
ahead.
I'm an asshole.
Well, I was gonna say, going back on like the Manlet conversation we were having a second ago, though, when I went to Florida, Justin and Manlet both picked me up at the airport. Now, I saw Manlet first, but I was going down to get my bag, so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna stop and like run over and say hi or anything. I'm just gonna go get my bag. And I see him as I'm going down the escalator. He doesn't like. I yell at him. He doesn't hear me. I'm like, all right, whatever. Meet up with him in a second. Go down for my bag. Justin's calling me. He's like, where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at? He finally finds me and he goes, all right. So me and Justin are standing there waiting on my bag. We see Manlet and he goes, all right, I'm going to go get Manlet. Now, if you remember Manlet, he showed up again in like what? Like the little shorts.
The shorts and the
just
gray collared t-shirt.
Yeah, gray collared t-shirt. Walking around, hands on his hips. Looking around at everything like he's some suburban dad. Justin goes over and like I'm standing, maybe what 30 yards away, not even, and I see you go over and you're like, come on, like calling him over. He sees you and goes,
Oh my god. Wait, is this the same kid that? Is this the same kid that when we were at the pool, he was like, "Yo, no, you want to do shots at the same?"
No,
kid?
that's Autismo.
no, that's Autismo.
His real name, assholes.
No, his
was
name is
the short
Autismo.
Yeah, I forgot. You guys refuse to call your fucking friends by their real names. You just call them demeaning fucking
Yes.
nicknames.
Absolutely.
That's what we do here at Rabb1t.
God, dude, I was describing your friends to my friends after that trip, and the way I described your fucking friends made it seem like it was like the legion of fucking like weirdos.
It's like Howard
it was-
Stern's Rat
like,
Pack.
like Manlet. I described Manlet, Autismo, and fucking. I call them suspenders. They're trying to get a clue as to like who these fucking people are. I'm like, well, Manlet's.
You got to surround yourself with fun people, man.
Oh my god! You know what's so funny? I keep thinking suspenders is what you call. I don't want to say it. It's so mean.
Autismo.
Yeah, I keep thinking the same guy.
Call him Mark.
Dude, let me tell you. Okay, so after every event, I was working the motherfuckers, so I was dead after every event. So after every event, you guys were like, "Oh, what are we doing?" I was like, "I'm going to bed." So I remember the last stop was always fucking Johnny Rockets, and then we would go to the hotel room.
God.
So, dude, I cannot hear fucking Rock at the treetop. Can't hear that song one more time.
Yeah.
So I was getting a Johnny Rocket burger, and I think that's the time when Suspenders ordered prostitute or something, and I was sitting there, and I was leaning there. It was me, Carson, Suspenders, and I'm talking to Carson, and Suspenders is just like, he's creeping up on us. He's creeping up, and he's talking, and I swear to God, I'm too nice, so I didn't, but I wanted to straight up go, "Yo, shut the fuck up! I am sick and tired of hearing what you didn't do at a strip club. Stop, please."
At least
And
Autismo had the balls to fuck that whore 5 feet away from Carson.
how'd you
The
not
balls or the nerve or the
All right, so-
audacity?
Balls.
Hypothetically here.
I would have waked up and joined. How did you not wake up?
All right, so hypothetically, this was the same night where me and Justin also used everything that we got at a dispensary and we're drinking, and we walked like 2.5 miles without realizing it, and then we're like, "Fuck, we're at a completely different casino. We should probably go back."
I was gonna say you must have been in a drunken slumber when
I
he
was
doing what he
drunk
was doing
and
next
high,
to you.
dude. I didn't know what was happening.
neither one of us had any idea what was going on. But I gotta say, so at that point, you and me were like, all right, we'll see all of you guys later. So we left Autismo, we left Suspenders, as well as everyone else who was in that
Caesar's
group that joined
Palace.
us. Yes, we were at Caesar's Palace.
We walked
kinda
into
realized-
Caesar's Palace for some reason.
We walked in, we looked around, we're like, why are we here?
It was
And
nice.
so
What
it
the
was
fuck is
nice,
Caesar's
but-
Palace again? What is that?
It's
It's
the,
a
like one of the
casino.
biggest casinos, hotels. On the
duh, I
opposite
wouldn't
end
know.
of where we stayed.
it was like 2.5 mile walk. And so me just like, all right, we should probably go back.
You see,
So-
somebody would have had to like piggyback me at that point. Like piggyback, let's go.
No, we
We
were so
walked
far
back.
asleep at that point, right?
And
You guys were
total
gone.
silence.
This was like 2 or
I-
3 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was 2 a.m. by the time we realized what was going on, because we didn't even go to bed till like what, 4? So, but we're walking back in total silence, and that's also like the best part of the trip, in my opinion, is when we just got outside the Luxor and we decided to sit there and just chill for a bit. And it
Yeah.
was just like no one was interrupting us, no one was talking to us, our phones weren't going off, and it was pretty dead around us. Like, you know, there's some traffic out
You
there.
would think Vegas
There
at
was some
3
people on the
a.m. would be
street.
popping, right?
On like a Saturday, right? Or a Friday? or
dead.
It
whatever
was a Saturday. Yeah, it was like dead, and
That's
we were.
pretty- yeah.
But it was very like calming too, to see all this crazy stuff, but also not have all this noise or all these stimulants getting to us. It was just nothing for a while. So that was really cool.
Serene.
And then we were like, all right, you know what? Good night, man. Love you, bro. Talk to you later. We're gonna go to bed. See you in the morning. I go up to the room. First thing I do is I stripped down to my fucking boxers and crawled under those thin ass sheets and passed out. Like phone wasn't plugged in, so it died. Like everything was dead. I was just like, I don't care. I'm going to sleep. I don't have to wake up at any specific time tomorrow because tomorrow's Sunday, and you know the event doesn't start till like 1 or something, so I'm good. I go to sleep. I'm alone in the room. I wake up and there's like 7 fucking dudes in my room. So I'm waking up out of this like
Pissed.
Wait,
I wake up out of this like I wake up like out of this like just slur basically. I sit up, I look around, and like all my senses are slowly coming to me. Like first I'm like regaining my sight, and then I can start hearing
And
everything.
your butt starts to hurt.
wait, wait. So it was Suspenders, it was a prostitute, and who else?
We had
No,
like a
so
bunch of
Bosco
other
was there.
mods. All my mods showed up to Vegas, man.
How fucking many
it's
of them are there?
There's a
Friends
lot.
as well.
One of them's a
And-
Mexican that hates being Mexican. You got a lot of them, man.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
that-
it's fun.
What a fucking what a
How many
description.
people were helping? How many people were in the sack?
No, so I wake up and they're all like sitting kind of like in the chairs, like just sitting around, like leaning on the furniture and all that. Autismo's in the bed next to me.
Let's fuck with Carson
while he's sleeping. Well, no, like not a single one of them touched me because rightfully so, they fear me. They know I will not fuck with anything. Like I will fucking swing.
Hear me.
Hell yeah.
So I wake up and like as my senses start turning in, I hear Autismo say, "Oh yeah, the condom's still on." At this point, everything clicked on, and I said, "The what? Hold on." And like I'm piecing everything together. Eventually, find out one of them brought Suspenders bought Autismo a Chinese hooker, and
Brother.
he did the deed, like
Can I just say, didn't
4
he?
feet away from me.
Didn't the Chinese prostitute also say, does he want some? And Ark didn't have the decency to say yes.
Sounds about right.
You could have
Apparently,
fucked that
which, to be
whore,
fair-
but he didn't have the decency to hook you up.
Now, listen, to be completely fair, I would have just been like, no, and I probably would have gotten upset and been like, can y'all fucking leave? But at the same time, I'm glad he did it because it is the funniest fucking story ever.
Can I say this? I mean, I had, you know me, I have all these fantasies, all these wants, all these urges, but I swear to God to you, I think if I'm in that scenario, I don't think I could do it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't,
Well,
I
I'd be
don't
worried about STDs the entire time.
because I know how many just degenerates have been just inside of that. Like, no.
No, exactly.
The best
I'm
part
good.
was next day he was talking to me about it. He's like, yeah, I think I made her come too.
Yeah, all right.
Wow,
I
what a
was
nice
like, dude,
bonus.
come on. That's your
fucking
first
wait for
time.
that part.
Come on.
He says this, but then also at the same time, he was like, it was really weird because she was just quiet the whole time.
But guys, I think she liked it.
I was like, come on, dude.
I guess why I mean what she was quiet the whole time. Like what else would she be saying? Like what would she be saying? Like you know, try to like
I like to
talk dirty
imagine-
or like.
Did you
I like
pay
to
your
imagine it was
taxes
just-
today? She's on top of you.
I like to imagine it's just this face the entire time.
This is my life. This is the path I
Such a
chose.
piece of malcontent.
I mean, it's definitely like a.
Yeah, it's like, you know, $200 is $200. End of the day.
So what ended up happening with the stripper that got sent to Manlet? Did that ever happen, or was that
No.
just a fucking rumor?
They went the shop.
Oh, that would have been so fucking funny.
They tried. No, it wasn't a rumor. It was the stripper canceled.
They went the
She was ordered.
That
shopping. They did
bitch.
the shopping. They went the quick shopping list.
She broke his heart.
Well, no, to be fair, Manlet never knew that this was going to happen. In fact, if he watches this podcast, it's probably the first he's hearing of it.
That would have been
wow.
so goddamn
Didn't
funny.
mean to blow up your spot. My bad.
We're gonna
No,
do
you're
it. We're gonna
fine.
try it
It is
again.
kind of funny.
So, wait, so
We
man,
tried getting him in Florida too, to be honest.
let me put a face to the name. So Manlet was the kid that you flied with, right, Rabbit?
Yes, he's my international arms dealer.
Okay.
Not even a meme
He
either.
lives close
Not even
to
a
me,
meme.
I think.
100%.
He lives in Rhode Island
does.
or New
He has
Hampshire.
guns. He has guns and stuff.
He has his international arms dealing license.
Wow.
But
That's pretty cool.
if you were to see him shoot a gun, you would not believe it.
I
I was
don't
gonna
know
say-
LTC.
He doesn't
And,
look
like-
like someone that would have that firepower, you know?
I've never seen someone look more like a school shooter, but also not be able to comfortably shoot a gun.
Yes.
Oh, so he's not good. I thought you were implying that he was like fucking Chris Kyle out there. just
No.
like,
Jay, John Wick,
Like-
just,
No.
popping up punches and shit.
So, roasting him a bit here again. We always do. We went to a gun range in Florida, and we took one of your rifles, and we rented out a pistol while we were there because we took the MP40, and they said no.
They said no, you
So-
can't shoot it.
Yeah, it was all this bullshit. But we rented out a silenced pistol, which that pistol, I still don't know what it was, but it was so fucking awesome. But it had like an integrated silencer built into it, and this thing had almost no recoil, right? Like you shoot it, and it's just, and that's it. Now Manlet goes up and starts shooting this pistol, and it was just fucking. And he
thought-
leans back, and fucking Justin like puts both his hands on his shoulders, pushes him back forward because you're supposed to lean into the shot, and he
Do the
fucking just.
rest away. Lean back. Lean back.
Lean back with it.
That's
Bro,
how
I
it's
gotta
with
say,
right? Leaning back.
there's only
Yeah, don't
one
lean
other
back when
time
you
I've
shoot.
ever seen a worst case of gun safety, and that was in Florida when Turbo pointed a gun at me.
Not Florida, Vegas.
Not Florida, in Vegas when Turbo pointed a gun at me.
I did not. I pointed it at the fucking northwest. You were northeast. I was northwest.
No, you pointed it at like everyone because you fucking swung around, and Justin had to fucking just John Wick that shit out of your hands.
Empty. It was empty. They had nothing in it. It was air in it. And I'm from New York. The craziest thing I held in my life was a fucking spatula. Okay, I have no clue like what it feels like.
Well, so it was such a stupid but funny moment. Like, obviously everyone's safe. Yes, the gun was unloaded. Justin checked it, cleaned it, everything like that before him.
Thank
But
God.
even then, it's still a gun safety thing. You never put your
Yeah,
finger on the
Turbo.
trigger, and you never point it at something you don't you don't intend on just destroying.
When did this become a fucking roast turbo moment? When did this become turbo?
You're
roast?
getting Tim is next. It's your turn.
Don't worry, because Tim's reaction to all this, I think, was the second funniest part about it. So, Justin, you're on one side of Turbo. I'm kind of on the other side. Turbo fucking turns around like this, like both ways. He's like, look at this shit. And Tim's sitting in the corner looking at us and just goes, what?
No, I remember Rabbit having the gun, and I
What the
approached.
fuck? Hang on. What are we talking? Like, I don't even know what we're talking. Like, we're talking about a
standing up by the
gun.
window, and Justin
I
was showing
don't
his
remember.
gun.
And I think
Dude, you were out of it.
Oh.
No, I
in the
did.
Room.
this is all
Yeah,
I
in
did.
the room.
Rabbit had it. I was like, oh wow, and I think I didn't go like, I went
You were like aiming it at us. You
No,
were
I was not.
turned.
like this. I turned. I was like, wow, and then you guys just pushed me to the side. I wasn't like, get the fuck down. I got the whole now.
This is mine now.
Yes, everything you did was completely accidental, but it was still the funniest moment because it was just like, yes, look at this.
Is it getting hot in here or something? I don't know. Holy shit! Am I getting
Is
prosecuted?
it hot? Is it hot in New York right now or what?
Am I getting cross-examined?
Is
right
it hot in
now?
New York in November? Who would have known?
I'm getting cross-examined. Who's the attorney? Celino and Barnes? Holy shit!
Oh man.
Wow. All
So-
right. Politics. No, I'm joking.
So
Gun
Tim,
safe.
you're
Actually-
quitting zombies. Just
Yes.
randomly switch it up.
That's like you.
No, you know what? No, I'm not quitting. It's like a different word than quitting. It's like it's not as it's not as clickbaity, but
Taking a
I'm
break?
more or less no, I'm not taking a break. I'm more or less just discontinuing my consistent zombies content. You know what I mean? Like I'm done. What the fuck is this guy doing?
Look at this fucking retard.
It took me like a whole ass 30 seconds to realize he's not even in frame.
He should put fucking pajamas on his head.
Do I wait or do I just continue?
No,
Just
keep
go.
going.
All right,
Just go.
all right.
Run it.
What we're quitting? Yeah. I am probably gonna play zombies for the rest of my life, like the older games. I just don't want to live in the past on my channel as my career. You know what I mean? I don't want to be playing a game that was made in 2008 for like the foreseeable future as my job. I don't want that to be like a thing, and I don't want to play the fucking new games. Like Vanguard is ass. I don't want to give in to the vicious COD cycle and continue to drop money on games that suck ass. I'm gonna finally take a stand. Not buying Vanguard, probably not buying anything that follows, and I'm gonna play zombies, the classic zombies games, but as far as uploading it, that's getting wrapped up, and I'm gonna make a separate channel for the new content though. And
Do you know
my
what you're gonna
current
call the
channel-
second channel yet?
Not at all. Not even a little
Tim
bit.
Hansen 2.
No. My
electric
current channel though will
boogaloo.
host any video game content. Not necessarily just zombies, but like anything. If I decide to fucking get drunk with my friends one day and just play like the new Mario Party and record that,
Dude, I'd be
I can
totally
do
be
something
down.
like that. And
You
I
ever do
just
that, let me
throw
know.
it on that channel on my current one. So, but you know, the new one would be like my actual, you know, job, my consistent fucking living where I consistently upload videos. I'm gonna do commentary. I just don't know what to do commentary about yet. I gotta figure that out.
Do reactions. Everyone likes that.
That's also something I could consider, but I don't want to be one of those people. You know what I mean? I don't want to whore. I don't want to be a fucking whore, and like Lex, and just react to every single video on the internet. No, I love you, Lex. I'm joking, Lex. If you're
Oh,
watching
Tim
this,
called out
I'm
Lex.
joking.
Clickbait. I'm gonna
Lex
make a video
knows
about
that
it.
we're boys, okay? All right, Lex. God, you fucking Canadian.
Man. No, it's the new zombie stuff is so shit. Like, so Syndicate on Twitter is constantly roasting it, talking about how he's done with it. All these creators are like, I'm done with it. And it's funny because I know a bunch of zombie YouTubers got together recently, and I had a friend that was there, and he told me, he's like, yeah, I apologize to all of them because I was like, hey, I know your cash cows are dead this year, so you know, good luck. I was like, oh fuck, like that hit home.
Yeah, I am definitely done with like new COD games. I think I just don't
uninstalled
see
it.
how it could get better from here because they just need more time in between. This gig is running on too long, man.
Turbo's got the
Get back
body
here.
of the fucking Hamburglar, dude.
He's fucking running around, chasing something around in there.
Well,
Fucking looks like
let's replace
Grimace.
Turbo with a fucking little uterus there on the couch.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like, I can't wait to make your new channel. I'm kind of excited to see what you do with it and everything.
I mean, it's just gonna be like it's like what you're seeing here. It's just like my camera, my mic, nothing complicated about it. I just don't know what to talk about yet. You know what I mean? I don't know what to like zero in on because I feel like I could talk.
Start a
I feel like
podcast.
I'm not
Kids.
I'm not particularly great at one thing. I'm just good at like a couple of things. So I don't know exactly what to talk about. Like I don't want to. I don't know.
Talk about your family and your kids.
Just whore your kids out. Put,
I
you
do
know,
that
Daddy
forever.
05.
I don't want to
Just abuse
the
them,
opposite
like-
of what I wanted. I have zero interest in putting any of my family in any of my content. It's just like the absolute opposite.
Dude, once Cash gets to follow direction, I'm using him in comedy albums. So listen to me.
Slap him right on the front cover. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I gotta figure out what to talk about.
Stay in front of the camera, Cash. Stay in front of the camera.
Tim, I got a channel that I'll send it to you later. But I think like if you do videos like that, you'll be good.
But
I'll
wait,
just send it
Cash.
to you later.
I called you Cash. Yo, Tim, why are you starting another channel though? I don't understand this.
Because
Oh my god.
Well, if you weren't too busy chasing fucking butterflies.
I just
Besides everything you said, though, like you got the following. I know, I understand the zombies fans, but let
it's
all
not
the
gonna translate as well as you may think.
Yeah,
it's just
no.
not. It's not gonna be like a direct translate.
The
like, people are
YouTube
not
meta doesn't like that.
I know, and I know. Trust me, but that's why I was so thankful that I wasn't so far successful into your channel was that I was like, okay, I can leave at 30K. You're leaving at $1 million plus.
Yeah, it's not. It's not like a thing I can just draw. I can't just switch the content on that channel and expect anybody to stick
Why don't
around.
you try for like a week or so, and then maybe if you don't think you're working out that well on your channel, then you make the second channel.
I suppose. I don't know. It's almost like a clean slate sort of approach to me. That's the part that's attractive about starting a new channel. It's just like I don't have to worry about, you know, all the swearing and all the shit I've done on my current channel that could potentially put me at a disadvantage. I don't have to worry about all the people unsubscribing when they see my new videos. That channel could just exist the way it is. It was very important to me to get that zombies channel to a mill. So just the fact that I have the channel, it'll always exist. I won't delete it. I won't delete any of the videos. Like Reed, I won't private all of them.
Yeah, why did you do
It'll
that?
still be there. The content will be there to be enjoyed.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. I unlisted all mine and shit, and I was like, "That's it. Like, who cares?" That was my way of clean slate, just unlisted.
I won't do that. I'll definitely keep all my videos up and available. And you know,
because I think
that
people
way, a lot of people can still just go on. You know, they can if they want to reminisce, if they want to watch the old content, they can. It's a little bit of extra cash flow to just leave up the videos anyways. It's like, why fucking delete them? It's like, just that'd be stupid.
Oh, it's about the money. We got it.
Not
Tim hates his fans. He hates them.
runs around the room during my first part of the speech, comes back and then starts canceling me.
Bombasting you.
God bless.
Man, the new channel I think is going to be the better way to do it. Ultimately, I think in the long term, in the short term, it wouldn't be, but I'm fine with starting off with like 5 to 10K subs, because out of those million people, only 5 to 10K I would predict would probably go subscribe to my new content, because it's not going to be a giant percentage. It'll be like 5-10%, probably a lot less actually. So it'll be a nice kickstart. It'll be better to start with a couple thousand subs rather than 0, like I did on this channel.
Yeah.
But it's definitely it's the way, it's what feels right to me. It's what I've been thinking about for a couple of months now, and it feels like the natural move. And it's definitely, that approach makes me feel the most comfortable, just completely starting a new channel with a new identity and just keep my current one up. The CPM on my channel, I feel like, is just shit because of all of the crude humor and all the terrible shit I've said.
Yeah, I don't know who could have caused that.
Yukara, I don't even want to fucking get into that, dude.
not even CPM, actual drama Rabb1t caused.
It feels good to just move on, start a new channel, and keep my glory days. You know, the not that like I can't have success in the future. It's not what I was trying to imply there. But like, you know, the memories will still exist essentially. And I think that's good too.
What if we started a channel where all 4 of us just play random games?
I'm not gaming.
If we ever do video games, that's exactly what my current channel is for. If I ever want to, like, once a month dump off some sort of fucking anything, it'll go there. It won't go on my my, like, you know, whatever I'm doing.
That's what I think. That's what I think Twitch might be for me, because I don't game.
I keep telling you, just go stream on Twitch.
Me and Rabb1t were talking about it in a hotel. I'm gonna probably just, like, you know, like
just chatting, man.
Just a chatting thing on Twitch, but like you know, I don't see myself like gaming anymore like that. Like, if I want to be on Twitch like once a month or something, but like that'd probably be like GTA or something, like not like a crazy new game like review or, you know, play it. Yeah. It's just probably gonna be bullshitting. And if I'm laying down like, on an IRL stream, why not just put on the PS4? Dude, I still got my PS4 there. It's like smoke's coming out. I think like I think demons are trying to escape that shit. Like, my PS4 is burning, but I'm still playing MLB The Show. Like, it's still working. So like, that's what I do now. I play MLB The Show. That's it. That's all. Like, MLB The Show. That's it. I'm hitting bomb.
Only plays is the Mets. Only plays.
Let's go Mets, baby.
I have my own franchise. I have my own team, like the draft pick and stuff. But the organization is the Mets. You don't get that wrong. We're playing in Citi Field, baby. It's all about the Mets. I want to try to incorporate, because I am a Mets fan. But if anyone doesn't follow me on Instagram, I don't know that. I'm really thinking of, when this season comes around. I think I can bring a camera into the stadium. I don't have a problem with that. But even if my phone, vlog my phone, I'm gonna try to maybe do some content like crazy Met fan type shit. Because people wanted me to do that on TikTok. People wanted me to put my crazy Met things and put it on TikTok. But dude, I don't know how to fucking utilize TikTok.
I'm such a boomer. I don't get it either.
I don't know how to utilize
enough TikTok.
I see old people use it. I see older people use it though, and I'm like, how the fuck can I not do it? Like,
makes no sense to me.
TikTok is Vine and Musical.ly combined. If people don't realize that, then they're lost.
Nah, but more
Just-
the way you can edit shit within the fucking thing, like it's just great.
Like,
but
do you
I mean,
edit like when you do TikTok? Do you edit on your phone or do you edit on your computer to get it on? What do you do?
Either. You can do either. It's like
if you're
Vine.
professional, you do it on your computer. But
You-
if you want to just do something quick and dirty, you can do it on your phone.
If I wanted to compile all my raging clips, I would have to take all the clips, like edit it in a software, and then send it to myself again, and then put it on TikTok.
Well, no, you can upload directly to TikTok from your computer. as
But I'm
far
not
as I'm
technical.
aware.
I'm not tech smart.
That's fair. Justin, didn't you get
So
banned
hire
off
someone.
TikTok?
Yeah, I
Like,
got
we're
banned
first
off
Asian
TikTok
boy.
for because my picture had me with a gun in it. I got banned.
Yeah, like
You
instantly.
degenerate.
Like I remember you
How's
texted me,
that
you're
work?
like, I installed TikTok and got banned. I was like, what? Like, what did you say? Like, I figured that he started harassing some people instantly. And he's like,
I would
no,
never.
I just put a picture of me with my gun and I got banned.
That was horse shit.
Only been banned from Club
Chinese fucking spyware.
So, speaking of the whole Twitch thing, Justin, we haven't really talked about Twitch since you actually started streaming on there more. Like,
Yeah.
how is that? Because that was kind of like a leap of faith. Like, for a long time, it was like, I don't want to do it. It's a bad idea. Now it's like consistent. So,
You're gonna get canceled.
YouTube fucking sucks when it comes to streaming, man. Your channel does just such dog shit.
Super
you
chats
just-
suck too. You only
Super-
get like 30% of it, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube's got to fucking Jew their cutout because they do all the work apparently. No, fuck YouTube live streaming is such a pain in the fucking ass. Twitch has it down. I mean, Twitch is like very Nazi-esque. Like you can't say a lot of the cool, fun words.
Not vodka.
But
How's that going? You got to train yourself not to say bad
I
words.
catch myself saying
You know what I
faggot
mean?
all the time. I'm like, fuck.
You did not.
Why were you saying it?
You can say it on YouTube. Because it's my
he
favorite.
says it all the time.
You can, like when it comes to retard, you
Curse of
can't
YouTube.
call
Yeah.
other people retard, but you can say it.
Okay.
So it's like you got to
Nah,
really
just avoid those
tiptoe
words,
around the
man.
landmines. So much fun.
How did I say retard in my comedy album? How did I use that?
As long as you're not directing it
That
at
wasn't-
someone.
That wasn't with Rabbit's track. What did I use it with?
Hard
What
is
the-
acceptable, I think.
If you do,
Hard's a good
my friend Joe Penalano, he said it, and I was like, "All right, Joe, you get away with it. You're not doing anything in the industry. Why not? You say it."
You
Oh,
should
My
be good
brain
like
is-
that.
I feel like if you're retarded, you can say retard, and I feel like since I feel like I am slightly retarded, I can't say
I
Oh,
identify as retarded.
The new Star Wars. How's Star Wars?
Let's see what we can say before Turbo decides to leave.
Pete Davidson and Kim K. Are they dating?
What's your guys'
This is
favorite?
going on his
What's your
channel, not
favorite
mine.
racial
No,
I think
slur?
it's kind of retarded.
I don't think Kim K and Peter David. David. I don't think Pete K and Dayton. I don't think Kim K.
All right,
and Pete
Tim. What's
Davidson.
your favorite slur for black people?
I actually have.
What I really call it? That's what I really.
Even I'm not that dumb to say it.
Are you?
All right.
Shit.
Turbo's dead.
This is my favorite part of Last Man Standing. Whenever me or Tim would say something, you just hear Turbo. That's not going in the video.
No, mostly you, but yeah.
I would
just
never.
no. I would just do this.
The profanity.
That's from everyone else.
The profanity pies. It gets sliced into 75% Crazy Rabbit and then 25% me.
Yeah, you degenerate.
Lex doesn't say anything.
I'm sorry.
Controversial.
I'm sorry that the last season wasn't like the same without it. I'm sorry.
Dude, Tim, did you read those fucking comments? People were like, he's just milking it now after they were asking for it forever.
Right.
It didn't really feel like milking. It just, I don't know. I feel like you could say that about anything, about any show that continues. Like,
you told them it was the end. You told them it was the
yeah,
end.
before it all began, I'm like, this is it. It's the last season.
Nah, you're just milking it,
enjoy
man.
this. They're like,
This
I probably.
It.
It really, like, I could have easily not done that and could have gotten the same amount of sleep at night, which is 0 because of my fucking son. So, Last Man Standing season 3 was a blast. It wasn't the same without you, Turbo, but the multiple guests saved it, I think, because we didn't have to pin all of that on one person as like your specific replacement. We kind of like divvied that out between 8-9 people, however many it was. So.
You decided to go for more scheduling problems.
Yes.
Yes.
But it worked out. It worked out. My favorite episode, I think, was the Johnny J one because of how fucking long, the last one, of how long it took for us to get in there and figure that shit
That
out.
was literally weeks.
It was like,
Dude, all right. So that was when I was in Florida too, because I remember one day, it was one of the days where Heather was off. Me and her were like sitting on the couch because you were like, "All right, I gotta go record this video. I'll be back here in a bit, yada yada, and then we're gonna go to the beach." So me and her like, "Yeah, sure." So we just sat there, just did whatever. I was working. She just hung out with the dogs. Like 3 hours later, you come out, just fucking throw your headband on the couch, like, "We're going to the fucking beach." You were pissed. I was like,
I think
like,
like Lex was like, all right, I'll be there, and then just never showed up that day.
yeah.
Dude, listen,
All the fucking time.
I couldn't deal with it no more. That's why when you leave zombies content, you learn that you only rely on yourself now. This is a great feeling. This is a great feeling. You don't have to be like, is that thumbnail ready? Oh, can you comment? Like, fuck that. It's all done. It's all you. You get it done. That's it.
I've always been solo though, with the exception of like you people actually. That's
We're
kind of
on
it.
solo. We're on solo.
Such a good song.
Only a couple people I ever consistently collabed with. But man, I used to schedule those giant fucking videos, the one with every map, the ones with like literally 30 guests, and not fun to schedule at all. It doesn't, by the end of those videos, but by the time they're fully edited, I'm just sitting there like, well, I'm just glad that's over.
This sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
it
obviously
is.
you could say it was worth it. You could say it was worth it because, it was content like that that made you stand out amongst a lot of other creators on the platform, and is how arguably you were able to get to that 1 mil. It's not because of the guests specifically, but because you put in the effort to get these crazy ideas out there and out the door.
Fuck you,
that.
Watson. It was me. It was me.
It's all Turbo's idea.
It was that fucking storage unit custom zombies map we played that one time.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you though. Towards the end for me, when Tim would ask me like, "Yo, all right, we have this like custom map. You want to hop in?" I was like, all right, I got nothing else better to do. All right, that's what I knew was the end. I was like, I don't even want to play with my friends. I don't even want to play with the people I like. I was like, oh no.
See, I think the only slight difference between us, Turbo, now that we're both kind of like, since I'm almost done here with zombies, is that you just don't really care for video games anymore in general. No. I kind of do still. Like, I still kind of, like, I'm going to play zombies, like, off camera for a lot of my life, probably going forward.
I do, but don't forget also, like, I'm trying to do stand-up. So when I'm at, when I'm a majority at comedy clubs, working the craft, if I was home, be doing like stuff like still in the commentary or whatever, and I can be like, let's hop in a game. I would make time for new releases and shit like that. But you know how much time it would take out of my day to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this new game. Like I just, and also the patience for like having a game work or something's wrong with the fucking system or updating or the game don't work. I have no patience for nothing no more. So it's just
fair.
I have no pay, and maybe that's a bigger problem I gotta face. But when it comes to patience, I got none of it. And when it comes to gaming and everything's on the technical side, like live streaming and getting shit to work, and I just can't do that no more. Gato fucking up, fuck that.
I feel that 100%. The idea of uploading just a video with like just face cam and talking about shit to me sounds so much easier and so much more fucking appealing than figuring out all these audio settings and whatnot while I'm trying.
Yeah, and then you go to edit, and the game's louder than your voice, and the voice is louder
exactly.
than the game, and then
you
gotta
recorded
go.
the wrong screen, and I gotta re-record the whole thing.
Well, a smart person would record separate tracks. I am someone who's like, fuck that. We're doing one take, and if it sounds like ass, it's still going up on the internet. So
I remember Jack the Bus would always tell me like, just do separate tracks. I'm like, you think I have time? You think I have
you're
time?
smart? Not even a little bit.
I mean,
genius.
Justin, I feel like you're kind of drifting towards this like happy median.
I haven't played zombies in a video in like months.
You were streaming it.
A stream's totally different. I could turn my brain off and play fucking zombies. Any retard could do that.
Yeah, so like, you haven't made like original zombies content in a while. You're still like obviously marked as someone part of the zombies community, but
I don't know why.
If you look at your actual published videos, it's always the crazy stuff. Like the gender tier list, like that one came out recently, which
controversial.
I was expecting so much hate for that, and I got one comment that said "kill yourself." Other than that,
that was probably still a fan of yours. It
probably.
wasn't someone.
You want to hear?
Yeah.
You want to hear controversial? You want to hear controversial? My chapstick is made from Pfizer. Did I vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump.
No.
I'm not even gonna lie to you people.
I did.
Whatever
I did
you
for my tax
I
situation.
didn't vote.
I don't vote. I'm not on the grid. They don't know who I am, and I stay. I want to stay that way.
I don't vote because I don't want to be held responsible for
I'm a
anything
one-issue
with.
voter.
I don't want to be
Guns. That's all I care about.
dude. I don't want to be on the grid. Like I want to walk like Hitman. I'm not like they don't know who I am right now. I have an ID, but it's not like So
Better vote in this upcoming election, though, Turbs.
Get fucking gas prices back down to $2.
I have like an actual New York State ID and stuff. And when I went for it, I remember telling the lady, I was like, "This doesn't put me on the grid." Like she's like, "When you were born,
You
were
were
put
on the grid.
Yeah. I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, and then my friend actually had to tell me this. He was like, when you're born, they fingerprint you and your footprints, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, they got no consent. Back to the consent. Call back. Consent. They got no consent. There's no consent.
Bring out the files.
I'm suing right now. They had no right to touch my little baby Achilles heel and place it on ink. They had no right.
They had no right to snip the tip of your dick off, did they?
They had no right.
But thank God they did.
That I like. I don't want that
Yeah,
spanking
thank
stuff.
God.
I'm good. No.
We're pro circumcision here.
Yeah, but yeah. I remember every kid in my school, whatever, like they would just sadly admit they're fucking like, it's not bad that you be uncircumcised, but why would you admit it in high school? Fucking, they go, oh, I'm uncircumcised, and then the whole locker would be like, you're salami dick, get away from me, you salami dick.
Get that roast beef dick out of here.
Maybe that's just Brooklyn bullying, but
A lot of people get uncircumcised and circumcised confused too, and they'll be like, "I'm circumcised," and they'll be like,
yeah,
they won't even know what that actually means, and then it just gets into this big confusing fucking argument. Do you have extra skin on the tip of your dick or no? And then it just gets into this
Let me see your
really
cock, bro.
weird
Whip it out.
conversation.
Well, I was just sitting on the table behind you.
oh my God.
You want to borrow
that
it, Turbo?
No. Oh.
The fucking
Poor
Taco Bell
Tim.
slogan I just heard.
What the fuck is that,
It's
though?
my cock, Turbo.
I like it.
You don't like my penis?
Looks like Blue Pickle Rick.
Why is it blue?
It glows in the dark.
Is that actually a dildo?
Yeah,
my God,
this is actually my cock.
That's an imprint or whatever implant.
You just had that sitting at your desk?
Yeah, do you not?
Just grab it at any fucking moment you need it.
You never know.
Comedic prop. No. So we talked about this in one podcast about how Clone A Willy was a thing and all that, and Justin was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking buy it, and then he did, and then we didn't hear anything else about it for a while, and then he sends me this fucking video.
Clone A Willy on Amazon for $40.
How much?
$40.
40.
Totally not worth it at all.
I thought you said 400. I was like, I bought a putter for 400.
No, so we didn't hear anything about this mold for a while, and then he sends this fucking video in our group chat of this thing like sitting on his kitchen floor, just
Not the one I got
vibrating,
now.
spinning in circles. And it was like, oh my God. Then he sent me a picture of it glowing in the dark. It does actually glow very brightly in the dark. So
You actually molded your dick.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you put that in though? Like, what? Wait a minute.
So,
Okay, so Turbo.
they shipped
So
me like
you-
this science kit.
You wrap your dick around the mold, right?
No. You
No.
get like this tube, this cylinder. You have to mix a bunch of shit in. Okay, so first of all, you need to be a scientist.
Clone A Willy kit. Which one is it?
First of all, you need a first grade education. That's step one.
I'll send you the one. I wouldn't recommend the one I got. Go with the Amazon Choice one, because the one I got fucking sucked. Because this is all lumpy and looks terrible.
Yeah, this one's sponsored for $40.
Get one of those, because the one I got was dog shit. Because you have to literally, it's like, all right, it gave you a fucking thermometer. And it's like, all right, the water has to be at exactly 90 degrees. Any more or any less, you're gonna fuck it up.
Imagine you burnt your dick off.
Oh my god, that'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd be worried about how
It's like you have to do all
bad it
this
looked.
science, pour like the liquid, the fucking shaky shit. Like you have to pour like 5 things in there, and then within 30 seconds, you have to get an erection and maintain an erection with your penis inside of a cylinder for like 2 minutes.
You had to have porn just on while
I
you
did,
doing it.
and I had my Blue Chew. I took that before.
Oh, you have Blue Chew? I want to get Blue Chew, but I'm like, I have a crazy heart as it is. I'm so hyper as it is. Like, I feel like it'll make my heart.
I'd recommend it. I'll give you a link so that way I get some bonus points.
Of course, again, it's all about the money.
But yeah, this
Man.
turned out, and it's like dog shit. I hate it. Looks ugly.
Well, that's good.
I mean, listen, if people really want to see how it feels if my dick was in you, get a baseball bat. No.
And they also give you a dildo to put in it so it vibrates.
And it vibrates. And it vibrates.
See, that's how it moves.
and it vibrates.
One of my friends has like a Bluetooth. Has like
It's
Bluetooth
crawling
sex
away.
toys.
It's crawling away, Tim. Do you see it crawling?
Yeah, it's. I do.
It's just back there spinning.
Doing wheelies.
The craziest thing I've ever purchased.
My fucking god.
The craziest thing I've ever purchased is a cock ring, and I think a cock ring and a fleshlight, and that is as further as I will go.
A Johnny cock ring?
Oh,
That is all I will go. That's it. That's it.
oh
Is that
man.
the guy that helped OJ get away with his
It was-
murders?
Who? What?
Johnny cock ring.
Oh,
It's
Johnny
like cock-
Cochran.
Johnny Cockring! Help OJ get up!
Oh fuck.
Oh, he helped OJ get off, all right.
Yeah, dude. OJ got some.
Oh, I'm definitely looking up right now if a sex shop has made a Johnny Cockring.
I bet.
Let's see if there's a big black cock ring named Johnny Cockring.
Whoa, racist! Alert! Woo!
Wow, Turbo. I don't think I can have you on again after you just
This
said
is
that.
say black people. That's
No.
discriminatory.
He didn't say black people. He said black. It was a
Implied it.
descriptive
Did you
color
guys
of the
hear
object.
what Bo Jiden said?
Wait a minute! If you saw Johnny Cockring, and it was fucking pearl white, you're not gonna question it.
So,
Are you so
Turbo.
red in the face?
This is a free country.
this is a serious matter.
Because I'm cancel on TMZ tomorrow.
Johnny Cochran.
That is, if anything
I
pops
love
up,
how you can see Justin's face get illuminated as the Google search page loaded up.
Don't get brazen with me.
IMDb, what?
IMDb for Johnny Cochran.
There's a guy named Johnny Cochran.
Wow.
He's an actor.
top 10 names.
Original vibrating Johnny vibrating ring. Condom Depot. Is that considered Home Depot also? That one has a vibrate on the bottom. Mine vibrates, but the vibrate isn't like intense. You know?
Uh huh.
There's an
Yeah.
IMDb. There's an
Something that makes this shit look like the little fucking door stoppers when you smack them with your foot. Just bing.
Yo, why does one look like caterpillars? Like it's like a bunch of caterpillars wrapping around a cock.
Maybe you're into
Well,
that shit.
If you're watching this during Thanksgiving weekend with your family, I would recommend turn the volume up. Yeah.
Oh,
That means down. Turn your volume down while you have a
If
chance.
you still aren't listening to this with headphones, I am so proud of you.
Anybody listen to Silk Sonic, the new album with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak?
Nope.
Oh my,
I don't listen to I don't listen to new music.
No, I strictly listen to Japanese city pop.
that's disgusting. You know,
I listen to old 90s rap.
I love like you know like the oldies, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Dude, we were jamming out to Frank Sinatra on the
Yes, we
way
were.
to the wedding or whatever.
Yes, we were. Yeah, when we were after Tim, you know, kissed the bride and stuff, and we walked out of the ceremony, we walked into a horse and buggy. People don't know this, and the horse led us to nowhere. I looked at Rabb1t, Tim, and said, "They are leading us to get shot. We are dying. We are leading to our death. I smell horse manure and just like depression. What's happening? Like, what is happening?"
Was
Man,
this-
that's Western Massachusetts for you. Just horses, hills, and depression.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you, Tim. You know, when I say the word like taxi in Massachusetts, people look at me like I have 15 heads. Like it's just Uber, Lyft, Uber, Lyft, Uber.
I mean,
Lyft,
to
and
be honest, unless you're in New York, like taxis aren't a thing here either.
but why not? Why not? Well, what happens? Like people just they just
Because we're not fucking old and outdated, okay?
Get with the times, man.
God.
if a yellow cab is just like wandering around,
I've
and you
never
went
seen
in,
a taxi down
I
here
haven't
at
seen
all.
one of those in years.
you wouldn't be mad though. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm not going in that. I'm old." You would take the fucking ride.
It's always some
No.
fucking smelly Russian guy who just overcharges.
Yeah, and I'm
And also, did I mention he smells like vomit?
I'm the racist one. Stereotypes. You know.
Well, Russian
it's
people
accurate.
aren't people.
Nah.
They don't even have an identity. They're half European, half Asian. Who knows?
Well, if you just saw me, I would look Russian. Now, like everybody tells me, I like everybody.
Russian?
Everybody
You
says,
want to know what a Russian looks like? I'll show you what a Russian looks
well,
like.
everybody who comes up to me in the street, they go, "You brewski? You brewski?" I'm like, "What does brewski mean?" They go, "You Russian?" I'm like, "I'm not Russian. I'm not."
Actually, Lex is. I'm not even gonna pull up a picture.
I immediately
Lex
think
is
of-
Ukrainian. His family's from the Ukraine, I think.
I got the
Pretty
blonde
cool.
hair. I got the blonde hair, blue eyes. So I have a little. I am German, but a little bit. Like I have the mix. But the blonde hair comes from my mom's side with the Irish, and the blue eyes come from my dad's side with the German Italian.
See,
So-
I always think of you as Italian because you're a greasy wop bastard.
Yo, Rabb1t loved. Well, I told Rabb1t.
Love
Rabb1t's
that.
like, what can I call an Italian? I'm like a greasy wop bastard. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, you greasy wop. And I'm like, if you really
I
want
love
to
it.
kill,
Wet ass P word.
you know,
Shapiro.
I don't know why girls are talking about wet ass pussies. They don't drip like they do because your wife has a dry puss because she's dating you.
I go to parties, and if I'm bored, I just read a book instead.
Yeah. I go. If I'm
What happened to this conversation? What the fuck? Hold
That's
up.
a real,
his
that's a real
sister
Ben
has-
Shapiro. I'm making Ben Shapiro quotes.
Alright.
Okay.
this is
Sorry.
this is called the OCD podcast. This is an OCD podcast.
Question for you, Tim. Here, at what point during the wedding did it finally like hit you and you're like, I'm a man and I'm getting married? Like this is.
When did you realize you couldn't escape?
When he
So-
signed that check.
When he
The
signed-
Justice of Peace, she was talking for probably, I want to say, like 3 to 4 minutes. And for the first minute of that, I was kind of still in the out of body.
Yeah.
But then I then like in the second or third minute of her fucking speech, kind of found my body again. And that's when I sort of realized I'm like, okay, holy shit. Because she was talking about, like, you know, she kept talking and talking and talking. And then I started getting slightly more, like, the more and more she would talk, the more and more I would just think and start getting more and more emotional. And then she finally stopped. And I was like, well, that's the end.
We're good.
So I would say I finally realized that I'm fucked about 2 minutes into her speech.
Like so.
Now you
Because
can't
I'm
leave
at
without
one
losing
point in
half your
that-
shit.
Like, you know, as a dad at one point, I'd say you're like, you know, all this is happening, and then at one point it hits you like, this is a story that like I'll eventually possibly tell my kids about. You know, like if they ask this,
Yeah.
you know, this is the stuff I'm going to retain to tell them. It's like, you know, oh, I was nervous and all that stuff. But at one point, I feel like you just hit that light switch on important events and you're like, this is an important thing, like core memory here.
Put that in the save for later.
I was just
folder.
worried. The only thing I was even worried about the whole day was just not like appearing flat because of the I got 5 hours of sleep that night because my son Olin from 4 to 6 a.m. woke up and was just not. He was just. I had to stay up with him and get him to fall back asleep for like almost 2 hours. So I lost a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
I was cranking a lot of booze, a lot of energy drinks, and I felt like a fucking dead man walking that day. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't look like an idiot the entire time. That was the only thing I was stressed out about. I'm actually not scared of crowds. Like when everyone was looking at me, like I was at first, I was like, oh my god, there's so many people, and then I got over that because I don't know. I'm anxious around crowds for a second, and then I don't give a fuck after the first like second of being around a large group of people. I don't know. It just doesn't
In
bother me.
Vegas, when the kids were going up to you and Rabb1t for pictures and all that, like y'all did awesome with it, like naturals. So
Thanks, man.
it's,
That's how it is, baby.
I
For
mean,
the
congratulations
industry.
again on the wedding, though. I mean that is
my
awesome. Glad to hear it all went well.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
I
trapped
appreciate
now.
that.
Wait a minute. I don't think Tim knows this story that happened at his wedding. But towards the end of the wedding, Rabb1t had the eyeball witnesses. So we were on
Oh
the dance.
yeah. I know you're going with this.
So we were on the dance floor, and now Tim Rabb1t can tell you, I was popping and locking at some points. So I was dancing, and all of a sudden, I think it was Lisa's friends, two of Lisa's friends. They weren't a part of the wedding, just, I guess they were just there, and they're dancing, and then one of them looks at me like this, and I'm like,
That's exactly what happened. No shit.
hi. She goes, no. And with the fucking Boston accent, Peter Griffin with long hair. I'm like, no. I'm like, hi, how are you? She goes, you're fucking turbo. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh my god. She goes, oh my god, like this. She goes, oh my god, it's turbo. I'm like, oh my.
He
I'm like,
literally
what-
was crying.
I'm like, do you like what? I'm like, do you like Last Man? Oh, and now, Tim, everyone who came up to me said, okay, of course they like Last Man Standing. They know me from your channel, of course. That's when they know me. She goes, you were on Coney Island with a rash, right? You had a rash at Coney Island, and she was like, Oh, what else? She was like, you at the Jersey Shore fucking with people? Oh, I fucking love you. I go to sleep watching you and I wake up to your voice. You're amazing. And I was like, oh my, and I went around, I gave her a hug. I was like, oh my God, why are you getting emotional? She's like, you're the fucking Pope. You're the fucking Pope. And I was like, all right.
She was
like,
so drunk.
Yeah, I was like, you're a little, I was like, you take it easy. And she was like, I fucking love you. You gotta come here to do stand-up. I have all my friends come. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's have a party.
Yeah, I tried to be a good wingman. I tried to hook him up.
I'm a YouTuber.
The first person to ever cry for me happened at your wedding. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
That's awesome.
Happy to arrange that for you. The whole wedding, I was like, wasn't even thinking about the fact that I'm a YouTuber and like that people would like think about it that way. Because I just see all these people. I'm like, I know you from this. You're my cousin. You're my this, that, the other. No one's thinking about like the fact that I fucking upload Call of Duty Zombies for a living.
Tim's brothers are the same people. Like,
yes.
I mean,
100% copy paste.
We were sitting.
I have a Sorry, continue. Sorry.
Oh, we were sitting with Tim's older brother, and he has the same like mentality. Like, yep, nope, yep, great time. Yep. and then your 18-year-old brother was sitting at the same table as us at one point, and I saw him like, look at us, like look at me and Rabb1t, and he looks exactly like you, by the way, your younger brother, and he's like staring at us, and I was like, what's going on, man? How you doing? You Tim's younger brother? He's like, yeah, it's just surreal looking at you guys. I was like, yeah, you have to, man.
That's so fun. It's so weird when people say that kind of shit. Like, it's so weird seeing you in real life. To me, that just sounds so fucking like.
They looked at me and Rabb1t like the people who traveled here. Like the people,
they journeyed across the land.
Yeah.
Man.
No, you came from the internet.
Exactly. You came from the internet. You came like what's the fucking movie? Fat Albert. You came from the TV.
I was gonna mention, by the way, before I cut you off, I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. That's all I have to do.
Go take your little tinkle.
Sorry. You were gonna mention you want to release your bladder.
Run. Run.
Okay, look at let's
judge his background.
They're the only two who have ever just mid-podcast just walked away from the mic and oh my God, is he drunk?
I hope so.
Like, just Turbo and Tim are the only ones who have ever just in the middle of the podcast left for whatever reason. Turbo because he had a mental breakdown, and Tim because he had to take a leak.
I want to add some other flair. Tim has to release bladder.
I mean,
gotta take a tinkle, man.
In my life, I always add a flair. For example, if you want to go on a date with me, like, okay, what's a typical first date with Turbo? I have to add a flair. So if the whole date's going well,
jean jacket.
Like we're walking back home and the whole day's gone well, I have to add a flair. I may push her or him into a car. Okay.
All right. Well, that went from a flair to an assault very fast.
I may push to get a reaction, like, oh my God, I tripped, and oh my God, what a story, haha, laugh it off, or
insurance fraud.
Or I may just, as him or she is walking, I may, step on the heel.
You're dating dudes?
Listen, whatever the time asks for.
That's fair.
So we're going on. So I always want to add a flair. Like if we're playing basketball and no one's got hurt, I'm punching someone in the nose just for a story, okay? We need stories in life.
Remind me never to go play basketball with you.
We need stories in life. So for example,
we gotta play basketball sometime.
We do, but we need stories in life. Like for example, I'm a comic. I can't just be a fucking couch potato and have material. So
we went to the ghetto and nothing bad happened. So I started yelling the N-word just to spice it up a little bit.
So Tim, I did the first time I got to Massachusetts. So I land, I drive an hour and 20 to the hotel, Tim, and I get to the hotel, and all of a sudden I'm like, there's a dispensary 5 minutes away. What do I do?
This motherfucker walks.
So listen, you know where the hotel was, Tim. Highways, intersections, okay? So now I'm looking around. I'm from New York. I'm walking places. So I'm like, I can't fucking walk to this place. There's no way I can walk to this place. What am I going to be walking next to traffic? Like, I can't do this. So, Tim, I literally called the dispensary. I'm like, yeah, so I'm from New York, and I walk places. Can I walk to you? And the lady goes, there seems to be like an intersection, but it's dark, so you may get hit. Exact words. And
may get hit.
Now I'm like, Okay, I'll take the risk. I hang up Tim. I walk by the Panera Bread. I walk up there and I walk down the fucking, the expressway. And now I'm looking. I'm like, I have to cross this expressway. So I cross the expressway. Like the grass patches in the middle of expressways. I was fucking running along those. I was walking along the highway, and then if the dispensary was 5 minutes away, right when the dispensary was in sight, there was like a little sidewalk area. I was like, oh boy, I was literally the whole time walking like on highway streets. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing, Turbo? What are you doing, Turbo?
Getting ran over.
And then I went back to the hotel room. I made 2 minutes out of it. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's what I mean by that's what I mean by you need stories, and you need to add some zing and flair into your life. You do.
Yeah, you have to do stupid shit purposefully so you can tell stories about it. I mean, that's what I used to do.
Not purposely. I didn't expect a fucking dispensary to be in the middle of a fucking Route 66. Like, I thought it'd be a little area, like a suburban, walk through. But no, I had to play chicken with cars, Tim.
Fuck that game, dude. I've gotten hurt too many times playing that game.
All right.
Never mind. That's a game with swings and people running in between them.
Oh, okay.
But to say you've been hit by cars.
No.
Stupid, irresponsible shit, but I've never run in front of traffic, so.
Sorry, Lisa's asking me which fucking Christmas tree I prefer.
You're already doing Christmas trees?
Oh yeah, what are you talking about?
No, it's not even Thanksgiving.
Almost Thanksgiving.
It's not Thanksgiving though.
You get the tree near Thanksgiving.
You get it after, the day after, Black Friday.
It's a marshmallow. I look at marshmallow. It's a marshmallow world in the winter.
You look like Danny DeVito in that one episode of It's Always Sunny, where he became the art guy.
Hello. What is that? It's fabulous. That's an air conditioner. I want it.
Love it. We're just breathing, conditioning the air. I got Turbo on It's Always Sunny, and I got Carson on it too.
Always Sunny coming back December 2nd. I am not getting paid for this. I'm not getting paid, but December 2nd, Always Sunny season 15.
What's going on for that? Fucking
15.
Season 3. So
that show came out in 2005 when I was 5 years old.
old shit. I remember I was 10. God damn, I'm old.
Danny DeVito joined the show on season 2, so it was 2006.
God,
wow, that's actually a lot longer than I would have guessed.
No, yeah, it's insane. I think Always Sunny has the ability in longevity, like down the road. I think it could compete with a Seinfeld. I think it could. I think Always Sunny competes with Seinfeld any day. I mean, yes.
I think it's a competition. I hate Seinfeld.
What?
Now, listen, I love Seinfeld, but I just think the only way people will say, oh, no, always Seinfeld, is because, like, the original, it's the start of those type of shows, the originality, the uniqueness, because they were, like, the beginning of it. But at the end of the day, like, Always Sunny, like, now, since there was a template for that show, if you make another one just like it, it could easily be a failure because, it's just another Seinfeld ripoff. They kept going for 15 fucking years. Crazy.
Is it a sitcom?
No. I mean, yeah, technically, it's like the Seinfeld where it's a show where you can just hop in any episode and you just follow through.
The gang are just usually up to some shenanigans.
I think you can kind of count it as like a mix of Seinfeld and The Office kind of as well, because it has kind of the same feeling. It almost feels unscripted. You know it is. Yeah, kind of like Parks and Rec.
How about this? Rob McElhaney, Mac on the fucking show, he said Curb Your Enthusiasm was a huge influence on the script writing. Curb Your Enthusiasm, because you can get that also, like the real life, like Seinfeld looks scripted and like filmed and like it's honest. Always Sunny when they go to the fucking like a welfare clinic and shit, and it looks like, it's not. It doesn't look like a set and shit. My favorite episode has to be Charlie Work, when it's just a continuous craziness. Tim, you should watch it, Tim.
Gotta watch. It's a good background show.
I think I actually saw the Charlie Work video.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm actually watching
Charlie Work
Shameless
episode.
right now.
Shameless is the
show's really good.
The shit. Shameless, man. Shameless is the.
That sounds familiar.
Why are all the crazy characters named Frank? Because Danny DeVito's named Frank in Always Sunny, and Frank fucking in Shameless.
Frank's such an uncommon name, I feel like, nowadays. Who the fuck's actually named Frank?
What season you on? Shameless.
2.
Oh, you just started.
Yeah, so I watched a couple of episodes like here and there when Lisa did, like scattered throughout different seasons. So I've like seen episodes, but in no fucking particular order.
Dude,
barely, but
Doesn't that show make you think sometimes, like you know, like my
could
life,
have it a lot worse.
my life ain't bad. It's like, Christ.
At least my father isn't fucking Frank Gallagher. Jeez, dude, he's the shittiest dad on planet Earth. Now that I'm a dad and I see him, like, I'm like, holy fuck, dude, the amount of shit he gets away with. It's unbelievable.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, no, but fucking Christ.
I was about to ask, when was the last good sitcom that ever came out? Like, do those even exist anymore?
fuck.
I feel like sitcoms
no.
are just becoming a thing of the past completely.
I feel like they all
like-
just ruin it by getting too political. Like either way.
laugh track sitcoms, like those type.
Yeah, exactly. Because those are just like on their way out for sure.
last-
They have been for a
The
while.
last good one, not the reboot, but the last good one, I would probably have to say maybe Roseanne.
What year
When
did
did that come out?
Did what kind
That
of yeah?
came out early 90s, but still, think about a good sitcom in the 2000s. I mean, okay, Drake and Josh for us.
Yeah.
Drake and maybe.
Yeah. Shows like that, like the Nickelodeon shows and stuff, like Disney shows. There's a couple of good ones, but like for the most part, sitcoms are becoming like actual, ancient history at this point.
Maybe King of Queens, but Kevin James, King of Queens.
That was pretty good.
I liked
Maybe.
how I Met Your Mother up until like the last 5 episodes.
The last episode
Then-
ruined it.
Yeah.
I don't like How I Met Your Mother at all. I
Oh,
just
I
don't.
loved it. Barney was a god.
I think it's corny shit.
Oh yeah, but that was part of like I like stupid things to where I can watch it and turn my brain off and just kind of Peter Griffin laugh while watching some stupid shit happen.
Okay, guys, you're
The fact
forgetting
that they
about
have-
the best one, The Big Bang
That's ironic 'cause
Theory.
that's Family Guy for me. I watch Family Guy whenever I want to fucking turn my brain off and laugh.
Wait a
Same.
minute.
Oh
The
no, Turbo, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, Curb Your Enthusiasm, but that's not a laugh track sitcom.
I just googled sitcoms and it was on the list.
All right, then maybe they put in the same category, but I mean, like you know, we're talking about like the funny, like
With the
honey,
laugh track.
like
like in-
honey, I'm home.
Oh yeah, bullshit.
I can't stand those.
I
dude.
hate laugh tracks.
Want to know why?
Yeah.
Because now that I'm into a lot of comics and stand up, a lot of stand up comics that I watch and I'm on TV, I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker's in this. Good for him. He's getting work. But you know his comedy's like, I stuck my finger in a horse's ass, and then he's doing material on TV like, I went to the carnival last night. Shut the fuck up. You're not that person. You're not that corny, clean person. Like, oh, like, How I Met Your Mother. All those people, like I seen in dirty movies and stuff. But when they're in How I Met Your Mother, it's like, oh, we went to the park last week. Like,
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, that makes
So-
you
makes
were
sense.
just talking about eating ass on a water park, and now you're like, you're in a
They gotta
clean
tone
sitcom.
it down to get that
Well, that's
paycheck.
where I think How I Met Your Mother like really hit it out of the park for me was you have Barney in the show. He's like this total womanizer. He's like celebrating the 1000th woman he slept with and all this stuff. Like just a total fucking douchebag in the show. And in reality, he's like this loving gay father. And it's just like
Neil
a
Patrick
total
Harris?
180. Yeah.
I
Neil
barely
Patrick
watched
Harris.
that show, so I
Yeah.
barely know it.
It's
But
hit or
Like, in the
miss.
show,
Like
Neil
it's
Patrick
good,
Harris he's
Oh,
always in a suit. He's always womanizing people.
him
but
and
in real
Harold
life-
and Kumar, funniest fucking movie.
but-
the Harold and Kumar Christmas when he's like fucking one of the Rockettes in
but
the back.
yes.
Oh my! All the Harold and Kumar, well, not all of them, but there are some. Oh my god, those fucking guys. Neil Patrick Harris when he stole the car.
Dookie Howser stole my car.
He stole the fucking car at the gas station.
I just love those movies, like the Christmas film and the like. I don't know the guy's actor, but the Asian guy, that guy, he had a family he had a family. Everything was new, and then the guy just comes over like, yo, smoke a spliff, and he's like, I have a family. I love those movies, man. Any movie that turns good people into degenerates, I'm there.
Huge fan.
I'm a huge fan of the 2008 movie wave. You know, the like the super bads of the world, like the
Oh,
those
yes.
kinds of movies where like the typical like it's the same like sort of actors always. It's like Seth Rogen, like Jonah Hill, and like I don't know,
Old
like
school Jonah
James
Hill.
Franco. You can think of like there's always like 3 or 4 of like the dozen of them, like Danny McBride or whatever the fuck his name is. Like they make some funny ass movies, like, and that's like 2008 to like 2012.
Dude, this is the end.
best movie
Fucking
era ever.
This is
Great
the end is
movie.
amazing.
Love that
Oh,
movie.
oh yes. Oh, I haven't actually seen
I
that
never
in its
seen that.
entirety.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh my god, it's
Oh.
hilarious. You gotta see it. It's got all those people Tim just said in it in one.
I
It's
saw.
great.
Okay.
I saw it, but up until the point where Rihanna died, I think.
So funny part about that movie, because I watched the behind the scenes thing with it. I think it's like towards the middle of the movie, they have that scene where there's like the monster thing like rampaging through the house and all that. Remember? So they actually had a guy in this big ass fucking monster suit with his head poking out the front of it so he could see, rampaging and destroying this house. And then when they went back through the footage, they looked at it and they're like, yeah, this is all shit. Like, he's the wrong shape. Like, he's doing an awful job. And so this guy ran around for like 3 hours destroying this house in some fucking like Hollywood grade monster suit, and they trashed all the footage and just redid all of it in CG. And that to me is the funniest fucking thing, because there's some guy out there with a story. It's like, yeah, I was a monster. I'm not in it. You're not gonna see me. But man, I destroyed the fuck out of that set.
It's like those Ted movies where it's like, I played the bear, but I wasn't the bear. You know, I had to be there for Marky Mark's eye level, but I was there.
Marky Mark.
Seth MacFarlane's a goat, by the way. He's like one of the funniest fucking guys ever.
He also has a beautiful voice. For me, and
He can
Roma.
sing. He can voice that. I'm so envious of that man.
Family Guy, when they used to do the musicals, when it started out, it used to start out like very primitive, like, but then he started like getting
you
into
and
them.
I are
You know what I mean?
so
Like
awfully
they evolved over time, and
It started off as shit posting and then just evolved.
yeah, it's like actual authentic musicals it got to, which was like
What about the football one when it's like Shabooply, 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 the girl that loved you best, Shabooply, whatever.
Shaboopy.
Shabooply.
Yeah, when Peter Griffin played on the New England Patriots with Tom Brady, which Tom Brady actually was the voice actor of Tom Brady in there.
Yeah.
They get in the
so
shower
fucking cool.
together. Come on. He's like slapping with the towel.
It was like back in 2006 too, or some shit. It was just so long ago, and Tom Brady's voice barely sounds like it does now. It's just like, oh my god, dude, that show's been around forever.
My favorite Family Guy song was "Bag of Weed." Like, that was actually pretty
Bag
catchy.
of weed, bag of weed.
Bag of weed.
And Prom Night Dumpster Baby. If y'all remember the Prom Night Dumpster Baby.
Baby.
They're all like, they're swinging their fucking umbilical cords, just dancing by the dumpsters. It's
I'm
like,
taking a stroll. He's taking a stroll.
You know the episode when Peter and Quagmire created a band and they started like, having those acoustic songs like "Get out of the left lane, you stupid Asian."
oh yeah.
That's a newer one, I think. Yeah.
Train on the water, boat on the track. My lady took a train across the Atlantic. I hope it don't sink like the Titanic. I once took a boat, went downtown. I hope it don't fall off the track and I drown. Ladies and gentlemen, the black 5-foot-tall albino choir.
Remember the Mr. Booze one where they went to AA and they all had the musical about what was the hook? What was the hook?
See, I remember the hook. Some there.
Mr. Booze, Mr. Booze, Mr. BOOZE. I don't know the lyrics, but that one was fucking hot. There's so many of them.
Man, Family Guy is one of those shows where it's so stupid, but I love watching it. Like, nothing in the show is actually clever to me. And that's the best part, is because, like we said earlier, Tim, it's those things where you could just turn off your brain, sit back, and just...
Topical humor.
A great background show.
They did something. They did a lot with Frank Sinatra Jr. They did a lot.
They started like their own restaurant or some shit.
Show.
What was the popular Frank Sinatra Jr. one when they were the shit? When they were like
They opened up a Cabana Club, him and Brian Griffin.
Yeah, well, what the
That's
fucking song was? Oh shit! I gotta look it up. I can't now. I can't go to sleep now. No, it's now.
it's such a good
Frank Sinatra
show.
had a couple of good cameos. That show.
And now you have... I feel like Family Guy also paved the way for like other, crude humor. Family Guy and South Park both paved the way for crude humor shows, and now we have things like Rick and Morty, being a crazy phenomenon.
It's like The Simpsons inspired Family Guy. Family Guy probably inspired a different show, and then that show may have inspired another show. It's pretty cool how that works.
Oh yeah, massive butterfly effects with just everything.
Just like all of you inspire me.
Shut
the fuck. Hey.
Dude, I just the episode, the Christmas one, where Seth MacFarlane's dad showed up and he was in the intro to it. He's like, "My son Seth came out of my balls, and now he's here, and he made this for you guys." That was the fucking intro to it.
I just love the Family Guy one where it's like, Peter, what are you doing? Crack. What the?
Hey, Peter, what are you doing? Crack.
Where'd you get it? Who'd you get it from? Blacks. What? Black Hardware. Black's Hardware Store.
Throws in the garbage. Brian sniffs it up. There's some awesome stuff in the trash.
What about when he goes to his son's room? He's like, "All right, so we're gonna get started on some chores, but before we do the chores, we're doing some crystal meth." He goes, "All right, I'm ready."
Does he like punch the wall?
He's like, "All right, Now I'm bleeding internally. Great show.
Great fucking show, man.
But I think that's where we die.
God, I hope. We're all gonna die eventually.
You love my nuts.
Fuck.
You love my nuts.
That's fun. That's
Fucking
fun.
soundboard.
That's
All
fun.
right, that's a pretty good spot to call it on.
You
No,
guys.
let's keep talking for another 4 hours.
Okay, let's go. What's your guys' favorite letter?
Ooh.
Favorite lesbian?
Letter, just
13.
letter. Okay, that's not how that works at all.
What's your favorite gay? What's your favorite
Watch that
lesbian?
when you get a chance.
That's a
when you
show.
get a
What's your
chance.
favorite lesbian?
That'd
My
be a
favorite
good
letter
show.
is T
Oh,
for
you put something-
Timothy.
You put something in the chat. I thought you said it's a show. My favorite
No,
lesbian.
no. I put a hilarious meme in the chat.
Oh my god! That was like one of the first Family Guy clips I ever seen on YouTube. Who wants chowder? When they all start throwing up and shit.
Oh my god, yes.
When they all drink Epicat, whatever it is. Oh
Who
my!
wants
It's
chowder?
vote-coded.
Who wants chowder? Jesus Christ!
It's decoded too, makes it better.
Well, you guys got to come on my podcast now. My
No.
new pod. It's my new podcast
Why
I'm
would I do
starting.
that?
It's called
guys-
Come on My Podcast. The podcast.
It's called "Come on My Podcast," but wipe it off. That's what it's called.
Just don't finish inside and you'll be fine.
With tissue.
Sponsored by golftits.com.
So
Or
if you guys
hentai
want,
tits.
if you guys want to come onto my podcast and talk about porn and Afghanistan, please, I'm ready.
I have very
Yeah, I was
good takes
thinking-
on them.
I was thinking after this, tomorrow maybe, you guys can get tickets, fly out here, and we can hire an Asian prostitute.
Oh, fuck. The second part sounds fun. We're not doing the first part, though.
Tim, next time
Hold on, no.
we're meeting halfway. Right at the borderline is where I'm gonna wait for Tim. I'd be looking out for Rabbit's head when it's silky and smooth, and that is where I'll stay.
Whoa, whoa.
We're
I
halfway
can't keep-
there.
Keep
Not the
going
song.
further. I don't know the fucking song.
Oh, yo, I'm fucking, yo, honestly, I've been listening to a lot of James Brown. Ow! Get loose tonight. Ow! Get down.
Watching Turbo dance.
Do you have like a fucking
great.
like self-sustained battery in you that just keeps you like in coke mode all the time? 'Cause-
I really wish you guys get to see me on the other 23 hours of my day. It really is not.
No, listen, I get it. Okay, you're somebody who's really energetic for a lot of the time, but then a lot of the other time
crashes
you
hard.
naturally need to reserve some of it.
Listen, I leave that to the cannabis. I let cannabis do that job for me. I let that soothe me down. You know,
More of a
I let-
During the day
cocaine
is not a good
guy.
idea. It's just
you
not.
know what it is. I have you know when they made like the Energizer Bunny and stuff like that. That's actually me. I get royalties, and they don't want to call it Turbo because the movie came out and the Turbo Snail.
Yeah, it's
so
snail really, yeah.
anything you see relating to speed, Flash, that's me. Like anything you see with
You
lightning
are
bolt-
not the Flash.
no, but I have the trade. Anything
You
involving
think you
Isn't
could
Flash
outrun
Asian?
him in a foot race?
I have trademark of speed. So anything involving speed, lightning, I got the trademark. So cuz
Anything
With
involving
the
movement.
speed.
We just got to play basketball next time we hang out.
Dude,
that's
I'd be
all that
totally
matters.
down. I haven't played in like a year.
what's the importance of basketball over?
It's fun.
Because I want to fucking slam dunk on Justin.
I will
die.
put my balls in your face as I go flying over your fucking 6 foot tall ass.
We'll lower the rim to like
Lower,
six
get a
and half
little
feet
tykes
tall.
hoop for me. You're shooting at a regular hoop. We got a little tykes on the other end.
We'll lower the fucking rim to like 7 feet so I can dunk with ease at that
Yeah,
point.
all the Playhouse toys, all the Playhouse sport toys, all the
Fuck
Nerf.
yeah,
like,
man.
we're playing wheel football. We give Rabbit the Nerf one. Like I think take the sponge football.
You're
Why
over
do
here
you
with the
get-
special kids.
Why are you giving your friend all the soft fucking?
He doesn't know any better. He's fine.
He hurts himself. I don't know what to tell you. He just hits himself with fucking baseball.
Can't be trusted.
Yeah, but now it's taking a bite out of it.
The orange one is my favorite.
Oh boy.
Man, that was the weirdest thing about seeing those like foam footballs at like a playground or something, or at school or whatever. There was always a fucking bite taken out of them.
Always.
You
the
get
weirdest
hungry,
shit.
man.
Oh, you're
Oh.
right. Yeah, and It's like kids always chewing on pencils too at school. It's like kids are just fucking gross and
So
stupid.
like the pencil thing, it's like, okay, the kid's by himself, you know, he's at the desk, it's his pencil. Weird, but okay. This is a public football that someone took a bite out of.
He was.
and then
Listen,
left there.
you want to make sure if it's yellow, you make sure it tastes like bananas.
Dude, I used to go like this. I used to
There's always teeth marks on boogie boards too. You ever notice that?
always.
Yes.
Any boogie board you ever have,
Well,
even
to
if
be
you buy
fair-
it fresh from the store and unwrap it, there's still fucking teeth marks
That's
on
probably from when you try to like stand on it as a kid to keep it underwater, and then it fucking launches up in your face.
it. You
Like
ever do
going
that?
Mach
You ever
2.
put it right on the surface of the water, jump on it, and try to have it sustain you, and then
Yeah,
it
and
just
it never
flips
does.
out from beneath you, and you just fucking flip
Fucking
over.
kills your neighbor's cat going Mach 3.
It was fucking strong. I used to be dense into this.
Maybe your teeth have just gotten soft.
Maybe I'm
You've gone soft,
mess.
Turbo.
going soft. I'm a
Show that pencil who's boss.
You've been locked up for too long, Turbo. You forgot how to
Robert.
get shit done.
It's rubber, guys.
You've turned into a fucking pussy.
Yeah, man.
Got pussified.
Your kids,
See
your
the fucking mob intro cutscene, the edited one.
kids trick.
Al, you've been in the joint too long. You turn into a fucking pussy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we all need to get together again and do some shit.
Where?
I,
I don't
the
know.
only time we've been like on vacation with each other, there's always been business.
Yeah, there's always
attached,
something to do.
you know.
Right. Yeah, there's always an extra.
We'll just plan something.
Just come down
Listen,
here when it's where it's warm. We'll go play some paintball.
We'll go to We'll go to
I-
Florida. You know, Tim, tape your kids to the wall or something. Find a babysitter.
Yeah, no, Florida could be a good idea. We could bring the kids with us, and Lisa and Heather can watch them, and we could just go. and shoot
Oh,
people.
Listen, no, we're not letting Heather near any babies. We're not getting that baby fever in her. We're not doing that, Tim.
Aw, come on, dude.
She's already getting there.
Now we gotta do it out of spite, Tim. Tim, it's not fair that Justin gets to make fun of us whenever we have dad troubles. Justin gets that. He gets to deserve them.
Do I
So-
look responsible enough to have a child? Nope.
Maybe.
Did I?
look at this. Look at this. My nephew's starting early. Look at this.
Oh hell yeah!
He dressed up like, is that Spider-Man?
That's
Dude, has he been working out? He looks
Dude, look at
fucking
he's ripped.
Yeah, he's starting
Protein
early.
shake.
How old is he, Turbo?
He's gonna be 3 this year.
Okay.
Like off
He's-
the
I-
roids.
Old.
I told my sister, I said, listen, I know he loves the fucking iPad, but he better not be one of these like attached motherfuckers with the iPad. I need this kid.
Oh
to
yeah.
I needed him to start touching dirt. I need him to start eating worms. Like I wanted to be that type of kid, you know.
Hell
but
yeah.
Our kids though.
but I was just gonna say, this generation though, it's a part of their world. So maybe
The dirt has cancer.
the blue. You know what? I'm gonna get cash. What's that streamer's blue light makeup? I'm gonna get the blue light makeup. I'm gonna get him all that stuff, so all the blue light doesn't attach to his skin. Good call, Carson. Good call.
In the water, and it's turning the freaking frogs gay.
They're putting fluoride in the water,
Oh, man.
and it's turning the freaking frogs gay. God, he was so right about everything.
The best thing about the Vegas
Everything.
another callback. The best thing about the Vegas trip is me and Tim's bond over this meme. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I need a crack rock on the spot.
That's an old Vine. That's a classic.
Vine died too soon.
When Tim
did.
said
It
out
did.
loud, when Tim said that, it just clicked something in my head. I was like, "You like that too?" Like, that was one of those- like,
My brother.
we touched the same chip at the same time. You're like, what?
Dude, Vine was actually Pornhub was going to buy Vine. They didn't end up doing it, but they were going to buy it. So it was going to be like Vine, but with like cum shots, like
Hell
6-second
yeah.
like quick clips. You could just
OnlyFans, like OnlyFans.
you could just keep going and going and going.
Didn't Twitter buy Vine?
Someone did, right?
Oh, I think Twitter did.
That was Twitter.
I think
Twitter bought Vine, rebranded it to something else, and then killed it.
Fuck.
Like they've already killed it.
Well, that's
that's
good.
fine.
How do you rebrand? Just
But I
call it
mean-
Vine? How they fucked that up?
It doesn't matter because now TikTok is a thing where, like Tim said, it's Vine and Musically. Like all the old Vine stars are on there. It's still doing their comedy skits. It's it's up to like 3 minutes now. There's a lot of
Comedy.
comics coming out of it. Oh, dude, there's actually some good fucking comedy on there. Like I laughed so fucking hard at some stupid shit.
I did
won't
see
deny
one.
TikTok is good, but I just can't.
This is
with
my
that.
favorite one. There was this like group of like softball chicks surrounding this one, and she's doing push-ups in the worst girl form ever. And there's this black dude, he's just counting 0, 0, 0. As this chick's like not doing push-ups, 0, 0. She gets up, she starts fucking cheering. He's like 0. I love when women
So-
fail at things. It's funny.
There's this one guy on there where
It's not like my brother around my mom.
there's this one guy who he just started posting, stupid skits with his college roommates at the time, and this was like 2 years ago when he started. Now, he's graduated. He's and he does comedy full time now. Actually, like he does traveling stand-up comedy and all that.
I agree, Optimus.
And it's
Carson's a robot.
did I go all robot?
I
Yeah.
can hear what you're saying though.
No.
You sound like you're talking a million miles. Like it's speeding. Like Discord's like catching you up.
I don't know what you said, but I heard you say.
Okay.
I don't know what you said, but I heard something. You said someone's doing stand up, and I'm better. So,
7
Well,
o'clock.
I think he'll appreciate this, Turbo. So this guy, he's like, I look gay. I'm not, but I look gay. If you imagine a gay guy, he looks like me, he sounds like me, but he's not me, I promise you. But a lot of people don't believe me. And they'll be like, I'll get hit on at a bar by a guy, and I'll have to be like, no, sorry, not gonna happen. And, usually they're respectful, they leave on. This one time, this guy, he just didn't take it. And he kept saying like, what about $100? $200. Finally, he got to 800, and I kept telling him no, so he walked off. And then you hear some heckler from the audience yell, "Dude, that's rent!"
$800.
Lost.
Are we sucking
Did you
dick or
say
what are we
that
doing for
people
800?
think you look gay, or did you say that there's a doppelganger of you that looks gay? I'm confused.
No, not me. This
This
is
comedian.
the stand-up comic.
Oh,
Yeah, this isn't me.
I was visualizing something very different.
Me too.
No, but like, and that's the type of comedy like I love seeing stupid shit like that on TikTok all the time. It's just the out of left field shit that makes you stop and go, "What the fuck?"
TikTok has some value for sure. I just can't stare. I can't even go on that app for longer than
No,
5
you
fucking
know what?
seconds.
You know what my father told me the other day? My father was like, I told him, I was like, so like, did you listen to the Halloween EP and stuff? And my father's a man of many words. Like, yeah, I liked it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. So I remember I was like, I wanted to tell him, like, do you like give a fuck? Like, do you actually like care about what the fuck? And I remember he was like, listen, when you get on stage and you bomb, that's when I'll care. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right. I was like, all right.
Word
Like,
of the wiser.
That's cool. But I get that. So I guess I have to do that, have material to spark something.
When you do go on stage, me and Tim could heckle you, and then we could have we could stage something. And then we could make a 1 million view video.
I'm gonna throw a beer can at you.
Oh shit! All right, that went real fast.
In comedy, those are called plants. It's like I planted. Like I planted you. Like I planted you.
And I'll say something, you shoot back at me, and they'll record it, put it on YouTube.
And you be
He's like, I can't wait to insult him. And Tim's like, I can't wait to assault him.
Is that a real thing? Do they plant so if they pick someone out of a crowd randomly, that's not really like a random person most of the time, right?
okay. 95% of the comics that do crowd work, they're doing crowd work, and they don't know them. Of course, it's random.
Mhm.
But a comic that thinks, that knows he's not funny, or low key knows his material ain't shit, and he needs a laugh or something, or your girlfriend's coming to see you do stand up for the first time, and you need like a little extra zing. You may have your friend go in the crowd that she don't know, and you tell your friend, when I'm on stage around the 2-minute mark after this joke, you say this, I'll have something planned to come back at you, and you just go, "Oh, you got me," and look like I fucking got you. You know what I'm saying? That does happen. Yeah, that does happen. That's called, you plant someone in the crowd. But every time I did crowd work, it's just like a bomb. So, maybe I'll try it next time.
Yeah, I'll wear some
Have you
fruity
seen-
little getup. You'll be good.
But no,
I've seen this one where he's doing crowd work, but he's like, all right, this button sets off like a confetti
Oh,
cannon. You press it to celebrate, a good moment of show. I'm going to give it to a random guy in the crowd. Now, I still think it was a plant that he gave it to, but the timing is still perfect. He gives it to the guy very next door, and he goes, so I was talking to my mom the other day, which, by the way, she's doing better now. She was actually recently diagnosed with cancer. Boom, confetti cannons go off. Sparklers are going off, light shows, happy music. This guy's just kind of standing there, confetti raining down on top of him, and the guy holding the button is just losing his shit.
Now that's a prop comic. That's a prop comic, like a Jeff Dunham, like an Adam Sandler with the guitar and stuff. That's a prop comic. I think of some bits that sometimes I say to myself, maybe if I take something out of my pocket or something. But I'm not gonna lie to you. When you start out in comedy, like when I go to comedy clubs for open mics, it's just like I get there, you're sitting around for late at night and you're getting on stage when sometimes there's no one in the crowd. So you're just doing shit. If I pull out like a fucking wand or something and I'm just like, and there's like 3 people in the crowd, like I'm going to look like an asshole either way. Like I was driving and I pull out a steering wheel, like, no.
Like such a douchebag if you did that.
That's the plan I have, though, for the future. Like, if I wanted to visit Tim again or Rabb1t again, and we want to have a vacation, I would want to work it around. Like, even though it's like not work, but because you guys would end up going to the club, like watching the show, I want to plan doing comedy and open mics when I'm with you guys. Like, I want to so you guys can come to the show and, I can do comedy.
Ha ha
Yeah, that'd be
ha ha!
awesome. Free
After every
tickets.
joke.
Question mark?
That's what you guys.
No.
You guys see. If you guys see anything in your area that says open mic or comedy club, open mic, send it my way.
There's something in Boston. There's always shit in Boston's like the only like notable city near me, obviously. So
Comedy
there's
is
always shit there.
it's great in Boston, but the anybody starting out stand up, you're an open micer, so you're not like when
It's
you
a rough
go
environment, I'd imagine.
when you go to the comedy club, it's not like you call up and you get your stage time. It's like when you have to start, you have to make your name in certain clubs, and then when you make your name, here's how if people don't know, here's how technically work. If you wanted a blueprint, here's the blueprint. You're an open micer, you start making a name for yourself. Oh, there was a funny guy here the other night. Oh, there's a funny guy here the other night. Word starts happening. You create a name for yourself within certain clubs, and then the club owner sees you, and then you get what's called becoming a paid regular in the club. So like every Wednesday or every Friday or the weekend, or so you become a comic, or you open. Then you're an opener. Then you're the MC, and then you become the middle act, and then if you're really, really fucking good years on, you become the headliner. And then when you're known as a headliner, other clubs start headlining you, and then you headline clubs, and then you start headlining the theaters. Then the theaters happen, and then you go on tour with someone. Then when you go on tour with someone, that's usually your next step to do theaters, and then arenas, and then you're Kevin Hart doing stadiums. That's me. That's my life.
And then
You know what I hear is there's levels to this shit.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Multi-level marketing.
Yeah, very much so. I'm pretty much which this was definitely like I feel like we all have had these moments different though in our lives where we had moments where we had to think like, okay, this is my life. Like this is the life I've made for myself. This is my life. This is what I want to do, and I really want to do it. So you're gonna with all the glory comes the punches, and you're gonna take the glory with the punches. So all the stress and the bullshit and creating your own brand and just trying to fight for making a name yourself, that's something I'm willing to do. And I mean, listen, doing it with you guys is great already. So I mean, why not continue it?
You'd be surprised how rare that shit is, like people actually figuring themselves out. Like it's probably not as common as people may think. Like a lot of people age and they just don't know what they want to do with themselves for real. Like they'll work a job, but as far as aspirations.
Yeah, I say that to myself a lot to make myself feel better. Like when I say to myself, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like what am I really doing? I other people say it to me, like, Turbo, like, at least you know what the fuck you want to do. Like there's some kids that are going to school losing money to not know what the fuck they want to do. So like at least you're not getting like a fucking what is it called, a debt for just thinking about what you want to do.
There's retired people that never did what they wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like there are people that live like that, and it's just so at least you are on a path.
Tim, you didn't go to any type of college, right? No community or anything.
I did go to a community college for a year and a half, and then
okay. So what about you, Turbo?
Yeah. I went to it's called a CUNY SUNY, like the city schools. I went to like a city college for 2 months, and then I was like, no.
So in terms of like higher education, it goes Tim, me, Turbo, and then Justin.
Hey!
So because Tim, I only went for 1 semester and then I dropped because all the teachers at the community college I was going to were like mega racist, and I was not fine with it.
I only did 2 semesters actually, so
that's fun.
So you had 2 semesters, I had 1 semester. Turbo, you had 2 months. Justin, you had like a week.
I had a month worth of classes.
It was a good one.
To slide that in. No, college sucks, dude. Fucking hated it.
No, college is a motherfucking scam. I remember when I was still working with ZWC and stuff, and I was still a zombie YouTuber. I remember being in English, hearing this guy talk about Trump, and at the same time getting an email from a company or something, do like a partner sponsor video, and I was like, I'm out. Like, would I rather be making money or hearing you talk about Trump? I'm out. Like, see ya, bye. But I always try to tell people, we are in different positions. We are not the typical, like when I say college is a scam, whatever, don't go. I'm not trying to be a doctor. I'm not trying to be a lawyer.
Right. Have a specific idea of what you want to do, essentially.
I tell people straight out, like, this is what I'll be telling my nephew. Like, I believe in education. I believe you get your high school diploma. You get your high school diploma, and if you have a goal, if you have an idea, and you know that idea is only achievable by a diploma, I'm all for it. Education is what you got to do. However, if I have a kid or my nephew says, hey, listen, like me, I want to do acting or whatever, I'm not going to say no, but I'm also going to say the same reality I have, which is if it don't work out, get ready to go do something else. Which,
backup plan is always
don't be
probably
forced to go to college just because people tell you to, just to get a bullshit degree.
Yeah,
out of everyone in here, I don't think a single one of us have a legitimate reason to go to school. It's like, I mean, they don't have a college for what you three do, and for like my field, yeah, they have a college, but at the same time, my foot's already in the door. I'm already in the field. I don't care.
You can just
about
watch YouTube videos. A majority of shit.
I
wanted to take classes where they could better teach me how to talk and stuff like that, like better tips and tricks and stuff like that. But would it be worth the money? Probably not.
Like radio, television shit?
Yeah, stuff like that. But I don't think that's going to be worth $100,000.
I dropped out of the college I went to, and then a month later went back to because they did open mics every Wednesday. So I did their open mics and trashed their school on Staten Island. CSI, fuck you. CSI. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not a bad school, but I don't like it. Fuck it, it's a dungeon. And I remember going back there, and every time I was on stage doing the open mics, I would just trash Staten Island. I would trash the school, and then they would all be there like, we know this. We know. Like, we know.
You're making a lot of good points.
I'm doing this for practice. You are nothing but practice to me.
And I'm doing comedy to miserable people that unfortunately have to dorm there. So they're already miserable, and their fun thing to do is to come to this stupid open mic. So it's like, I feel for you. I get to leave. You don't. I feel for you. I do. But I definitely want to do stand-up. I want to do stand-up in front of Rabb1t. I want to do it in front of you and Lisa. I want to do it. I want to start getting out there.
Be nice. I would like to see you do it. I just want to be interesting to be in the crowd.
I'm excited for your future.
Hell
because there's fingers crossed, a lot left in the tank. There's a lot of time left in life.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, listen, I close my eyes, and I swear to God, I close my eyes, and my dream, like my end goal, not end goal, because of course when you're there, you're gonna always want more. But my end goal right now in my head is just seeing you guys, my family, in Madison Square Garden, and I'm doing comedy in Madison Square Garden, and that's it. Like that, I know
I'm
it's
not
a
paying
huge
for this
dream.
ticket now, am I?
Yeah, you're all paying. Single position.
I expect front row. I ain't paying shit.
If you watch Eddie Murphy's famous special where he had the orange jumpsuit on,
That was what the fuck was that called?
I know. My God,
Delirious?
Delirious.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't, but there was a comedy special called Delirious. Something. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? The famous Eddie Murphy.
He's got the jacket on, the Michael Jackson like jacket on or whatever.
The orange track. You got a rabbit. What
Yeah,
is
I guess
called,
it is
right?
Delirious. Yeah.
Delirious.
It doesn't sound right though.
And all of a sudden, you see in the beginning him walking through the tunnel to the stage, his boys with the tracksuits on. I see that with you guys. I see that with Vinny behind me. We're walking to the stage, and then and here's Turbo. Like I get the chills thinking about that. But then also, I look at my friends that just have the normal I go to school, I go to work, and I relax. I'm like, I wish. But then
not really though, dude. I don't think you really wish. Right?
It's a weird life we live where it's like, I'm just talking for myself here, but I can only imagine we feel the same, where it's like we know we want this life. We know we want more than the 9 to 5. But when we have those moments when it's a struggle and people don't understand the struggle we go through, and then they just try to talk to us like they know what we're going through. And it's like, we're not just, when you get to leave work, you clock out and you're done. Like my head doesn't shut off all day. Like you guys get to, when I create a comedy album, all the craziness I get to put in paper doesn't leave after I put it out. Like it's always on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. People don't get that with our, with what we want to do with entertaining people. They it's just, especially,
they don't get burnout either.
Now here's something that people watching this may say, there's a lot of people talking like this now. There's people talking like us that are just all talk and don't do it. When it's people us that actually give a fuck and we actually want to do it and we give a shit, this is when the passion comes in. And what we're talking now is with the passion. When you hear other people talk like, oh no, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna have what Travis Scott has. You know, I'm gonna have a fucking festival where they're sticking heroin needles and people. I'm gonna have that one day. You know, like that's what they say. But I'm realistic where it's like, I know what I got to go through. And that's when I say to myself, sometimes I wish I could just clock out and be like, yep, I'm a lawyer. Like I clocked out. That's it. I'm done with work. And, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah. And we're in a space where we're like pretty much having to be creative all the time. Like we have to think creatively nonstop in order to like keep ourselves afloat. So it's just that's also a thing that people don't realize.
And now that you guys are done with zombies, you guys are gonna have to see that like, oh, now I can't just use something from a game for a topic. I'm gonna have to actually come up with everything now.
What the whiteboard's for, baby.
I can't even use like something again, like the thing that the trap I fell into with comedy stuff. Like I can't just use a juggernaut bottle as a prop for a comedy thing. Cause I still want to do comedy, but I have to keep the zombies in there.
Zombies is a good warm up though, because you get at least you get like the commentary down, like you get like the basics down. You're like, all right, well here's like people are looking at the gameplay, but you know, still doing the same thing.
Dude, what I did not want to do, or I did not see myself as a comic or a stand-up comedian. I did not want to do this until 2019, 2020. I think because of me doing zombie videos and me stepping back, like I'm writing material. I'm doing comedy. Like I'm creating not just a gaming video. I can do this on a higher level. And that's when I said to myself, I'm gonna forget this fucking bullshit. Fuck this.
Yeah, cutting out the middleman.
What are you gonna do?
No,
we said we were gonna stop this podcast like a half hour ago.
I'm sweating. I'm fucking hot.
Well, is there anything you guys would like to pimp out real quick?
Pimp out?
Yeah. I don't know. Starting channels? What are we doing? I don't know.
No.
Not yet.
Subscribe to.
Follow Twitters. You know who these people are. I don't know what.
Tim doesn't know what to direct his people now. He's like, wait,
I'd say just Twitter.
Subscribe to Lex.
Subscribe to Lex. I'm not going to link him, but subscribe to him.
You know where to find me, Turbo Comedy, and I have a new podcast coming out very well. When is this coming out?
Tuesday.
All right, no. So
Happy Tuesday.
It won't be out yet, but I have a new podcast coming out. You'll be seeing Rabb1t and Tim on there, hopefully. I have a new podcast coming out. It will be crazy, a lot of craziness, and I have a lot of skits, sketches, cold opens, and some funny videos coming your way. And hopefully, within the new year, a lot of comedy footage, actual stand-up footage.
Fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, brother. That's what
I could post footage now, but I don't want to embarrass myself.
You gotta wait. You gotta let it.
I said if I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will release my first ever stand up. I did.
Do it. Get this man. Get him. I want to watch it.
If you want to pass,
send it to our group chat.
Yeah, let's watch it. Oh God.
Oh my God. What's happening?
What the fuck?
Comedy.
They got him.
When I bring up my comedy, shit goes bad.
What just happened? I'm so confused.
The government. They got
all right,
you.
so all I got out of this podcast was I'll be at your doorstep, Justin, in about 24 hours.
Yeah, come on down, man. I'll put this in the bed for you so it's nice right next to the pillow.
No, what I got out of this podcast is Rabb1t has a dick fucking mold and Carson is hacked by the Russian.
Did you happen to take a bunch of swing state votes and hide them, Carson?
I was just
the government's on to you.
It's all making sense now.
Oh, but thank you for having me on the podcast, Rabb1t.
Let me know when. I'll come on yours. Tim, start one. We can all three mooch off each other.
I might at this point. What else
What's
am I gonna
happening? Come on, man. I told Tim and Rabb1t, I think when I first stopped zombies, I was like, can you guys not do zombies so I can work with you again? Like, what's happening?
It's inevitable. Like, video games are fun, but I'm getting older. And,
or we all start twitching and then we just raid off each other.
Like, Tim, like, I see myself, like, writing a script with you where we're naked and we're going through, like, woods.
Ooh, tell me more about this.
No, but Tim,
Naked.
Tim, I want you to open your eyes though for a second, Tim, and see the future of what we can do together.
The cute life you guys could be in the little cabin down
there's
by
a lot
the
of
river.
potential for sure. I have a little bit of searching still to do. I still have I have some fine tuning to do with some of the details of what I'm going to do, but I got a general idea. I think it's podcasting and or just commentary of some sort, maybe reactions, but I don't want to become a reaction channel, as an identity. So we'll see.
I want to do porn with you. I want to do porn.
Oh, is that what you were implying? That went right over my head, dude.
No, but what if I emailed you guys quickly, like, yo, quick scene, sent it, and it's like cum dripping from the ceiling,
I'd be intrigued.
See you guys.
Earlier you
Episode
said you
15.
have stories, so there's a story.
Go check them out. Links in the description. We're ending it. Have a good one,
Bye,
guys.
viewers.
See y'all.